What's cracking, Raider Nation? We got some fucking amazing news. Breaking news, as a matter of fact. Finally, Mark Davis has fucking done the right thing. Let's go, man. AP, baby. We got what we most of us have wanted, man. But first off, man, hey, happy Friday. It's always Raiders, baby. Raider Nation, baby. Raider Nation. Yeah, man, that's let's get to the chat real quick. See how many people are in the chat real quick. We got some people already, kind of leaving comments and shit, but let's get to it, man. Let's get straight to it. How you doing, Gravy?
Doing good, man. I
chilling.
Worked earlier today. Laid down for a little nap, and then it said on my IG it says gay Torian, well, whatever. You know what I mean? So I looked at it, and he said breaking news. And that one he had, his food's at work, probably going Raider. He like,
however, real, man. It's crazy because literally right after that, a couple people came up to me because I had my shirt sleeves up, dog, and I had my Raider shit on, like Raider. You can see my Raider tattoo, and it was just like, they were like, yeah, did you hear about AP? I was like, hell yeah, I heard about AP, man. You know what I mean? It was like, hell yeah, man. Yeah, and he didn't waste no time, letting go of Bo Hardegree. He's been let go. Marvin Lewis is looks like most likely is going to join the staff. Marvin Lewis. At what capacity, we don't know yet. But they haven't named him for sure, the OC. But who knows, man? Who knows what he might come into? They still haven't named what he's going to come in for. It might be an advisor to the new OC or something like that. But hey, it's good to have him on the staff, man. You know what I mean? He's a old mind, but then again, too, let's see what he has to offer too. Because I know that Mark, I know that what's his name, Antonio Pierce kind of holds him, dear and near. You know what I mean? But we'll see what he could do, man. But great news, man, today. How do you feel, Gravy?
Yeah, I felt good. It felt good. Finally, I thought he was gonna get the short end of the stick because of the experience and but then I listen to players, bro. I listen to the players, and and I know first off, if the players want, it's hard for executives to not hear that, because that's your team, is the players, bro. A lot of people might say, well, I heard a handful of people say that it's a coach-driven league, but it's not. NFL players, that it's a players-driven league, and then once they like something and they'll play for something hard as they did at the end of the season, those 9 games, 10 games, then there's no doubt in my mind that AP deserved the job. He deserved what he got. So I'm happy. We got a good leader on our squad, leading these guys, and the future looks. I can't wait already, dude. I can't wait to see what this guy does.
For real, man.
So, it's good.
I love the. It's just a good Friday, man. It was. We kind of were saying yesterday, before the show ended too. It's like I have a feeling that it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? So if tomorrow we get that news, you know what I mean? We're gonna have it right here, dog. You know what I mean? On the SMOKEOUT hour, man. So it's gonna be a celebratory fucking Friday, man. It's a SMOKEOUT hour. Fucking shit. I've been lagging. You know what I mean? Let's take a rip, man. And then we'll get to the chat. We'll say what's up to all the chat. We'll get to that. But let me take a rip real quick, cause for AP, of course.
Take a toke from the stogie.
Yes, sir. We're gonna take in a lot more of those, throughout the show. But yeah, man, I'm just happy, bro. Fucking today, I was all happy at work. Fucking people were like, "Why the fuck are you so happy, dog? It's fucking we're at work right now." I was like, "Shit, I don't know,
The
man.
feet didn't hurt today. The feet didn't hurt today. The feet didn't hurt today.
Hell no, I didn't even fucking notice my feet today, dog.
You could have worked barefooted, bro. You know
that. For real, bro. Today I fucking didn't care how the fuck I looked at work or anything, dog. I was just like, hell yeah, man. Exactly what I've been waiting for. Now I don't have nothing to like. I just had like a sigh of relief, bro, dog. Like, you know what I mean? Because all the talk of, you know, with Harbaugh at first, and then, you know, they were trying to go to like just trying to make whatever they can, you know, whatever news they can make to fucking, you know what I mean? Just kind of upset the fucking, just the real Raider brass, you know what I mean? Like, bro, this shit was like, this shit had to have happened, dog. Like, you know what I mean? We've been saying it since the end of the season, and I kind of said at the end of the season when I felt real confident. I mean, of course, you're gonna always feel, you know, a little bit, you know, discouraged when you know, kind of guys are saying that, you know, that this guy and this guy and this guy, but I don't know. I always felt, dog, like it was Antonio Pierce's job, dog, especially when, you know, at the end of the season, at the end of the last pretty much end game speech, you know what I mean, the victory speech when he said that we're gonna run this shit back. You know what I mean? When he said that they were gonna run it back, kind of had a feeling that he had the inclination though that he was gonna come back as well, dog. It's just, you know, even hearing but wait, you know, before I even go any further, let's just get to the chat real quick. Say, you know what I mean? Say quick what's up to everybody in the chat. You know what I mean? We got shit. Let's start off from the top. We got Robert Pena, Mike G in the building.
He happy today, huh?
Dark Raider podcast. What's up, Dark in the building. We got Raider Paul in the building. Vic Sacramento, yes sir. Smacks Burner, yearn. I mean, yes sir. Ja Raider in the building. Cash Lord, yes sir, yes sir. What's up, Cash Lord?
What's up, Cash?
We got Bearded Raider, yes sir, man. Shit, welcome to the SMOKEOUT hour, man. Bearded Raider, yes sir, man. We see you yesterday on RaiderNationLive, but yeah, welcome to the SMOKEOUT hour, man. We got SoCal Sal in the building. What's up, SoCal? Tubi, yes sir. Tubi in the building.
It's Tubby Chili.
Tubi, I say Tubi all the time. Right? Tubby, yes sir. Tubby Chili, yes sir. Pyro in the building, yes sir. Ja Raider, Ja. We signed him, baby. We signed him, man. Fucking AP, baby. He's in the building. Oh, fucking, that's all we needed, man. Fucking AP, fucking as at the helm, man. And now I think everything's gonna fall into place. I think the way we want it to, man. I think the only hurdle now is, you know, kind of maybe what we're gonna do to actually go up and get the guy that we need. But at this point right now, dog, I'll think about that later. Right now, it's just a celebratory time, man. You know what I mean? It's time to celebrate, Raider Nation, man. It's fucking. You heard fucking AP already in his little walk to his office. You know what I mean? His little walk to his office. You know, Raider Nation.
He finally got out of that little. He got out of that little linebacker room and got the big office.
Yes, sir. Hey, SoCal, you know it. You know it, man. I was on cloud 9 at work for sure today at work, dog. Like, it was just like, I was just smiling, and fucking even the guy that was with me was like, damn, dog, you smiling a lot. I was like, what's so, you know, why you so happy? I was like, shit, dog. We just signed our guy, man. We just signed our dude, man, that I fucking been wanting, dog. And it's just, yeah. Fuck yeah, man.
He got a pep in his step. He got a pep in his step at work today.
Yeah, oh yeah, and I was walking fucking with the pimp with a limp. Yes, sir. But hell yeah, man. How y'all? Go ahead, bro. Oh no, I was just fucking. I was just gonna talk shit, but go ahead.
I was gonna say the same thing. What is you know, I was hearing several things, you know, that he just went gangster and got rid of everybody on the offensive side of the ball. Yeah. You know, there's some good coaches there. You know, you know, Edgar Bennett's a good wide receiver coach. Yeah, you know, and the running back coach was good. The tight end coach was good. So I'm anxious to see, you know, who.
One of them was kind of he eliminated himself. You know what I mean, with Carmen Brasillo. You know, he kind of eliminated himself, and then, well, not eliminated himself, but he just went with another job. He might have had he might have had the feeling that he was going to get fired anyway. You know what I mean? Because it looks like, you know, AP was probably going to do, you know, get rid of most of the, like he did, you know, get rid of the offensive staff anyway, because he's probably going to bring in a guy like, you know, Marvin Lewis is probably going to take some of that space up too on that staff. You know what I mean? So I think it's going to be good, man. Hopefully, you know, Marvin Lewis. I don't know if Marvin Lewis is going to come in as an offensive coordinator. I don't know how. I don't know how. I'll ask the chat actually. You know what I mean? Like, forget me. You know what I mean?
I thought Marvin Lewis was a defensive guy.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, how do you? He's supposedly coming in as no, I think he's an actual. Is he Marvin Lewis? Marvin Lewis. I know Tony Dungy was a defensive guy. I know, but Marvin Lewis, who did he have in Cincinnati? He was with Carson, right?
Carson and Ocho Cinco and TJ Houshmandzadeh. And
yeah, TJ. Who's your mama?
He had a good. Yeah. he was well, there you go. Omar said he's an offensive guy. I just remember him being with the Bengals for a long time. And
yeah, because I remember the defense. That's when they were dominating on defense. They had a great defense. You know what I mean, at that time. But not. I mean, their offense was good too. I mean, because they had some guys on the fucking offensive side like Chad.
Yeah, Hugh Jackson was there. I think. Man. Yeah.
I told you about that. Probably be to be honest, I really do think Hugh Jackson's gonna come back at some capacity too, dog, because he was one of the guys that he had come in, I think, on the off week, right? Him, Marvin Lewis, I forgot who else was in here on the. Yeah,
Tom Coughlin here. Tom Coughlin.
I mean,
Adam Case.
He's not gonna
Adam
be
Case.
That's the one guy that I don't know if I don't feel too comfortable if he does bring him in, but I mean, what we to say, you know what I mean? He can make like sometimes you just need this chain of scenery, and who knows, man? He might work just, you know, more free and just better under AP. You know what I mean? But I just rather, you know, explore maybe other avenues first. But at this point right now, I can't really complain about shit, man. We got our coach. You know what I mean? So at this moment in time, shit, I'm gonna celebrate it as much as I can. You know what I mean? I mean, we're still holding on to Patrick Graham. It looks like, you know what I mean, his noise has kind of died down to where, you know, they're not talking about too much about him. You know, he had, I think, one head coaching. You know, I think did he have a defensive coordinator? No, they blocked him from going for another defensive coordinator job, right? They blocked him from that interview.
The Chargers, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, they blocked him from that interview for sure. But it looks like, as of right now, it looks like he's going to stay, man. It looks like he's going to be the defensive coordinator, which is great too, man, because he turned that defense around. But like I was saying yesterday, I think AP had a big part in playing that because his side is the defensive side. You know what I mean? So I think it was a you know, collaborated effort. You know what I mean? In that case, you know what I mean? Because like I said yesterday, bro, it can't be just a coincidence that the defense, you know. I understand, you know, when they say like they let the you know, the cuffs off and shit like that, but I think it's more than that. You know what I mean? I think it had to do a lot with AP putting his imprint on that defense too. You know what I mean? So I think that's one of the biggest reasons why he got the job as well, man. From what I heard today, bro, and from what I've been seeing and what we've seen on the field too, dog, it's you know, that the Raiders, since AP has taken over, are the number one defense in the league, and that's by stats. That's by stats. You know what I mean? They're the number since AP has taken over, we're the number one overall defense in the NFL, and that's fucking incredible, dog. That's not a little change. That's not this, that, like, that's fucking great, bro. Like to be from when he took over, to be number one in defense, to be number one in penalty, to change your locker rooms, you know, culture, to getting guys when the trade deadline was over, you know, which is why I think they have to bring back you know, Champ as well. You know what I mean? Because I think he had a big part as well. But AP also with his I think his familiarity with like a Jack Jones. You know what I mean? Because he was the guy that scouted him, and bringing him in after the trade deadline, bro. Like just all of those things, bro. Is just one of the biggest reasons why. You know what I mean? This couldn't be overlooked, and why he couldn't be passed up as a head coach, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, and finally we could just let go of Harbaugh, man. Let go of that talk and just fucking sigh of relief, man. Just sigh of relief. You know what I mean? Just now let's regroup. Now everybody that was on that pretty much on that boat, you know what I mean, with the Harbaugh thing. Now let's regroup, man, and let's jump on board, man. This is AP's team, man, and I could see him being the head coach for the foreseeable future, man. Because like I said yesterday, like I've been saying, bro, I think he's the next big name coach, dog. That the guy that people are going to be talking about. You know what I mean? That he was he's one of those up and coming coaches. Like he's going to be in the same breath with like the Tomlins and the fucking McVays and shit like that. Cause that's where I think that's his goal. You know what I mean? I think that's his goal to get there. And I think we're a couple of steps away, man. I think we're a couple of steps away. I don't think we're quite there yet. You know what I mean? But we're damn sure heading in the right direction.
It's been a while since we had Basaccia did it, but been a while since we had a head coach taking care of head coach business. Usually we have play callers, Gruden called plays, McDaniels called plays, and then It's been some years, been about a decade since, those probably about 8 years since you had a head coach that's just handling head coach things, and then overseeing the offense and defense, and it's at the same time, he's gonna be spending time on offense and spending time on defense instead of like McDaniels did, just concentrating on and letting Patrick Graham work on the defense and not getting no input or help, and plus having him strapped up like that. Because you could tell that he was strapped. You could tell that that he couldn't do what he wanted to do. Now AP's a different way. He's a defensive back. He's a defensive guy, so he's gonna let Graham go push it, do what you got to do. Let's go. And then on offense, he's gonna get a good guy. Get some good people in there, and then we'll see what happens. I'm excited about the offensive side of ball. That's my thing. So got a lot to see what's going on about it.
Loco sick, what's cracking, man? Los malosos, a huevo. That's what he's calling us, man. Hell yeah, los malosos. For sure, man. Ja Raider, let's see, Paul. Oh shit, I don't want to put that shit in. That's just oh shit, I got the link in the chat, man. Hey, what's cracking? Dirty in the chat. We got Dirty in the chat. Shit, we got Dirty. Yes sir. That's the homie right there, man, from down the street. You know what I mean? That's the man. Good to see you, man. Good to see you in the chat, man. Shit, fucking, I barely literally got home right before the chat, bro. I was like, right before we went live. That's why I was a little bit late, but shit, man, I was like waiting to get home today, bro. I was like the whole time I was like, damn, I want to go live already, bro. Like just want to talk. I wanted to talk about this and just fucking celebrate with the nation.
You should have played hooky, bro. You should have played hooky in the afternoon times. My feet hurt. We're gonna play hooky and have a real 420.
For real, I could have just fucking went to the fucking straight to the my car, whatever. Just chilled for a little bit. I don't feel too good, dog, right now. Let me get like a quick break, now.
I got bubble guts. Give me like 2.5 hour break, real quick.
Yeah, for sure. We got fucking Mr. Took Your Soul in the building. Yes, sir. The Raider Room in the building. Hell yeah, man. Everybody, kind of pouring in right now, for sure, man. For sure. Hell yeah, man. We just chilling out. We just chilling. You know what I mean? Talking shit. Right here on the SMOKEOUT hour, man. It's just, fucking. Unfortunately, our third host right here. You know what I mean? He won't be available tonight, dog. But he's at work. You know what I mean? He's working right now, Mr. DJ. What do you call him? Jolly Finger.
No, DJ Prostate.
DJ Prostate. Hey, salute, love if you watch.
Salute DJ Prostate, man. Have a good session today, man.
Yeah, you got fucking Dolphins for life. Dolphins for life. Nice to see you, man. Nice to see you in the chat, bro. What's cracking? What's cracking? Yes, sir. Dolphins for life, man. He's a fucking great supporter right there, man. Shit, you guys Dolphins for life in his name, but it should be Dolphins for life and then but Raiders, Raider Nation. But yeah, man. Thanks for being here, man. It's always a pleasure having you in the chat, bro, for sure. Let's see who else in the building. We got OJ for sure. Omar. We got Omar. Mookie in the building. Hell yeah. Nice to see you in the chat, man. Welcome to the Smokeout Hour for sure. Welcome. Much appreciated, man. Thank you for being here. Rafa in the building. Yes, sir. What's cracking, Rafa? Man, hey, but on other things, dog. Now I think it's it's time to I think it's gonna be easy to get guys into the building now, bro. In free agency, already guys have talked about, kind of talking about probably possibly re-signing like guys like JJ. I think this is gonna probably be this is great for keeping Jack Jones for the long run. You know what I mean? I think this is great for no more talk about Max. None of that talk anymore because his so-called demands have been met. You know what I mean? So I think people are going to be happy in the building, dog. They're going to come with the attitude to start working, dog. I think guys are going to get ready to go to work. You know what I mean? And the free agents are going to see that, bro. I think they see the energy in the building. They see how it's a fucking great place. I think a great place right now for players to be at right now. You know what I mean? Because like Jack Jones has been kind of like almost like campaigning for AP around the league. You know what I mean? With his press conferences after the game and saying like kind of shitting on the Patriot way and kind of big upping the Raider way. You know what I mean? Because he kind of like, especially with AP at the helm, kind of saying AP lets them be, lets them be what they want to be, like who they want to be, man. The locker room is a great environment right now. So I just think that it's going to be a great, attractive place right now, dog, for free agents, bro. Free agents are going to be, I think, ready to come on over, dog. Not like years previous where. You know what I mean? A lot of guys, even though Gruden came in, some guys are not relatable to him. Then we got Josh McDaniels. He wasn't respected. By a lot of the league. You know what I mean? Even with his resume, you know what I mean? Because a lot of the people kind of and now even people are starting to shit on even Bill Belichick. I wouldn't. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? It's just it's kind of like what they say, bro. Like it's kind of true though sometimes, though. You know what I mean? Like even though I wouldn't kind of totally shit on Belichick because he did have that defense great for years, but McDaniels kind of got rode Brady's coattails. You know what I mean? Which is now evident. You know what I mean? Now it's kind of evident. You know what I mean? Until we see him again at an offensive coordinator capacity, like we won't see it again. We won't know. You know what I mean? If he's just gonna be a good coordinator. Or if he just rode, Brady's coattails. At this moment, at this present time, bro, it's kind of very, very much on the side of that. He just fucking rode, he just basically rode Brady. You know what I mean? But pause. You know what I mean? Nah, fuck them both. No pause. Fuck that. Fuck them both.
I don't think he's ever gonna get a chance to be a coach again.
But that's what I'm saying. Like. Until he even becomes a coordinator again, we won't even know if he's even good at that. You know what I mean? Because we gotta see it without Brady. You know what I mean? We gotta see it without Brady, and it's just night and day, bro. Night and day from when he was here. Like it was evident from the day after. You know what I mean? It was night and day the day after. It's like fucking. guys just fucking literally woke up from a fucking nightmare. You know what I mean? And it's crazy, bro, because the whole building kind of, they took a breath they, like their sigh of relief that day, and now the fans can take, kind of take their sigh of relief breath. You know what I mean? With today, dog, with AP being named head coach, because I think the future is bright for us, bro. I think the fucking hell yeah, man. Finally back to the fucking Raiders, man. Finally back to the fucking Raiders, homie.
They took this dude to tear a team apart. What are the odds of AP being in this situation? You know what I mean?
Dude, what do they say? It has to get at its worst to get better.
To find out who you really got on your squad, bro. Has to get desperate bad. And then, in the beginning of that season, do you think AP was, I'm just coaching linebackers? You know what I mean? Taking his job serious, his position serious, and then next thing you know, he's the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. He's probably, you know what? I thank God Josh McDaniels messed his team up the way he did. Yeah, I would say that. Big ups to Josh McDaniels for messing up the Raiders, so I could have this opportunity to do what I'm doing now.
Oh yeah, before I forget, Dolphins for life, bro. See, I'm telling you, bro, this is one of our best fucking. He's a Dolphins fucking fan, and he's one of our best supporters. Thank you, bro. Hey, but not downplaying any of our other supporters, but hey, Dolphins for life. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you, bro. Fucking thank you for becoming a member, dog, of the Mary Jane tier. You know what I mean? There's only one tier, bro, right here, dog. You know what I mean? We ain't trying to fucking, fucking get rich off of y'all, dog. We just, want to make it a little tier, so you know what I mean? You guys can feel part of the channel, you know what I mean? So it's the Mary Jane tier, baby. Hell yeah, man. And just for that, you know what we gotta do? We gotta take a green hit, but not out of this bong, because when they become a member, it comes out of this bong.
Hey, got that, bring out the big sucker. When I first met Gabe on a show, he had a 3-foot bong. No, it was about 4 feet, huh?
That was a 3-footer.
He had a 3-foot bong. When I first seen Gabe on a live, I said, God damn, dude.
Something awful. Yes.
And it was a mental health Monday. That's what it was. And he's over there hitting this big old 3-foot bong. But yeah,
it was hey, I was clearing my mental. Nah, but let me take a rip real quick for fucking Dolphins for life for sure.
Yeah, Dolphins for life, man. Thank you, man. He's always been good to us. Everybody is. All we do is talk ball. We love talking football. Some of our talks after the shows are longer than what the shows are, and so
for real,
they get deeper than what we talk about. But it's always great to be on lives with you fellas and hear the chat. Positive, negative, doesn't matter. May Spitfire, I'm curious about that too. I'm curious about what the deal is. Obviously he got a lot more money. I'm sure it's not, out the pocket. And I don't want to be hearing that, Mark is saving money by getting AP. That's just an excuse that hardball guys or Gruden guys are going to be saying that he's paying everybody, all these coaches or whatever, and then he got AP on the cheap. AP's a good coach, but I want to know what the years are that he's going to have with this team. Is it 2-3 years?
Sure.
That's adequate time to get your team going. So, couple of drafts, maybe get a good quarterback and then might get an extension, but you're gonna hear that, but just stay up with AP. He deserves a shot and give him that shot. I'm not saying he doesn't want patience. He just wants to get busy and start winning. So he's not saying, this is a process or whatever. He goes, I want to win right now. So we have to do it. So there's no, we've always said no excuses for our quarterbacks. He's saying himself, I'm not gonna make no excuses. I'm gonna get to work. So he's getting to work right now, and that's what I like hearing. I like hearing this.
Yeah, bro. Like, they're in the building, bro. They're just like, it's just, I don't know, but I know it's no different probably from any other head coach. The excitement, dog, for me is just like, and just seeing them in the building, just like having that reassurance that, you know what I mean, we're gonna be able to at least live this at least one more year and see what we got, bro. See what we got. See, if we're wrong, we're wrong. You know what I mean? But at least it's somebody that we can all, like, I think all can at least agree that he changed the culture here. That's one thing that I think everybody agrees on, regardless if they thought that he shouldn't be the coach or he should be the coach. The one thing that everybody could agree on, dog, is that he changed the culture here. A lot of people thought that may be not enough to be actually head coach, but at the end of the day, bro, to be able to do that with the NFL team that has been struggling for 20 fucking years, and to do it right off the bat, bro, and to keep it alive for like the whole season, the whole rest of the season, which wasn't short. It was 9 games, bro. More than half of a season. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just a testament, dog, to AP, man. You know what I mean? Like, he's not, and it's not like he's been a coach for like 2-3 years, bro. He's been a coach for 10 years. He started coaching in 2014. Yeah, it was high school, but it was Long Beach Poly. That's not a small program. You know what I mean? That's not a fucking small program. That's Long Beach Poly. You know what I mean? That's one of the high schools that's stamped. You know what I mean? That's a Division I high school. You know what I mean? And then he went on to coach with the NFL, with the previous NFL coach. You know what I mean? A previous NFL player. You know what I mean? In Herm Edwards. You know what I mean? Became the assistant head coach at Arizona State. Then came to the Raiders and became a positions coach. You know what I mean? A lot of people want to say that he wasn't a coordinator or shit like that, dog. But like, I've been saying this shit. Like, what makes it, like, if he came into a head coaching job and he succeeded, which, like, if 5-4 is succeeding, dog, because where this team was at, that's night and day. 5-4 is night and day. You know what I mean? So it's just like what a lot of people have messed up and made this team even worse. Where we've gone with experiments like Art Shaw again, bringing him back for the second time. We've gone with just Dennis Allen. We've gone with Lane Kiffin. We've gone with the hot name like those guys. You know what I mean? Like Lane Kiffin. Dennis Allen was a great defensive coordinator. You know what I mean? Like, we've gone with guys like that, dog, and they didn't do shit for this team. AP has done more for this team in fucking 9 games than those guys can ever do, dog. You know what I mean? So it's like, people just, now it's time to jump on board, man. You know what I mean? It's jump on board time, and let's fucking ride this shit. Let's ride the wave, man. Let's ride the AP wave, man, because I think he's going to be, y'all gonna be late, dog. Y'all gonna be late, and y'all gonna be mad that y'all missed the fucking bus, bro. Because this shit is, I think that he's gonna be the coach here for the Raiders, dog, for the next for the next 10, 15 years, dog. Because that's how I think we're gonna go back. We're gonna get back on the winning fucking track. And when you're back on the winning track, a coach will be here forever. You see that in a Tomlin. You know what I mean? And now McVay's already been with the Rams now for, you know what I mean? He's going on that. And now, it's just, I think he's the next fucking guy like that, man. I think he's the next caliber of coach like that.
All you got to do, Gabe, is just, in 1 week, he changed the whole attitude, dimension, the way the players were, everything in 1 week. Just by him making the decision saying, I'm gonna sit this $30-something million quarterback down, and I'm gonna play a 4th round pick rookie because we have a better chance of winning with him than we do a $35 million guy. That takes some balls, bro. In front of your owner, in front of marketers said, well, why am I paying this guy $30-something million? He had to understand that. You know what I mean? AP had to tell him, we're not going to win with this dude. We're going to win with this guy. And then, Mark was saying he's a 4th round pick. He's a rookie.
Oh, did you hear what was it? James Jones, the dude that he's like kind of like a reporter for the Raiders. He's inside the building all the time. He said that he told fucking Mark like 3-4 weeks ago, bro, like, cause he's a guy that's in the building, close to Mark Davis. You know what I mean? He's been like, he's a guy that preaches Raiders. You know what I mean? On any show that he's on. You know what I mean? He's a diehard Raider and a Green Bay guy. You know what I mean? He works kind of with both organizations still. You know what I mean? That's the 2 organizations he played for as a player, dog, and he still holds them high. You know what I mean? On his fucking in his heart, pretty much, dog. So I think that he was saying today, bro, like he said on Speak today when they announced, AP. He said that he told Mark Davis like 3 weeks ago, dog. That's the dude. That's the dude, dog. You need to hire him. You can't ignore your players a second time, bro. You can't ignore the players a second time, and this time they doubled down on it with the, and people got mad at it, dog. People got mad at the ultimatum that I guess that Max kind of made, but to be honest, I was on his side, bro. Like not on his side, but I felt him, and don't get me wrong, I was never gonna stop being a Raider fan if they traded, and I was gonna be like, nah, fuck that shit. I'm not gonna be a Raider fan no more. That wasn't gonna be me, but it's like I understood where he was coming from. But I understand like when people say there's nothing above the shield, because we'll move on. The Raider fans will move on. Like shit, we've been moving on for the last 20 years, dog. And if that didn't make us move on, then you know what I mean. What can? You know what I mean? This wasn't gonna tip the scale. So I just think that the AP that he finally listened to his players, man. He listened to his. I think everything was pointing this way, dog, especially like when at the end of the season with the fan appreciation day and shit like that, like I've been saying this shit, dog, like he couldn't fucking ignore his fans, dog. Like obviously he did that for a reason. I think Mark had this shit planned the whole time, dog. I just think that he was kind of like having people, he kind of wanted to go through the process. He wanted to go through the process. You know what I mean? And he did good. You know what I mean? He went through the process. Didn't get in trouble for anything, no tampering charges, any bullshit like that. He met the Rooney Rule requirements. He did all. He fucking interviewed guys that that people were clamoring over, like like a Ed Dodds for GM and stuff like that, which we still don't know fully the GM, but I kind of think that it's a no-brainer. I think it's gonna be Champ, because he was reports is that he was sitting in on the head coaching interviews. He was Chap was sitting in on the head coaching interview. So I think that kind of points in the fact that, like, you know what I mean? I think he's gonna be the GM, bro. I just think that it's gonna be probably announced together. You know what I mean? When it's formally announced by the, like, you know what I mean? Like when they do like the fucking press conferences, when they announce that they're gonna do a press conference, I think they're gonna announce also GM. And I think it's going to be Champ Kelly. I think they might be still trying to maybe work out, probably trying to get maybe Ed Dodds or something like that in the building as a maybe, a senior advisor or to him or something like that in the building or something like that. But I don't know, man. I think it's going to be Champ, bro. And I kind of been saying this shit, dog, but nobody wanted to fucking hear me because people were saying that. Like I was arguing with some dude in the fucking another chat because, and it's stupid ass me, I don't even know why I was arguing, but because dude said his fucking I think he said that his uncle was married to somebody that was high ranking in the fucking Raiders. I said, shut the fuck up, man. You're just so stupid. But we got another new subscriber right here. We got Kyle Height. What's cracking, man? What up, Gabe? AP definitely gonna have go to war next season. Let's bag our OC and GM, knock this drop out of the park, and take over the West next season. Hell fucking yes, bro. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to get back to running the motherfucking West, bro. I think it's going to be time, because I think that was another big thing, dog. That's another big thing that I think got AP the job, too. We beat the Kansas City Chiefs in how many tries, bro? His second try, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He literally, went into KC, which no coach has been able to do in shit. I don't know how long, bro. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know how many fucking times in a row they had beaten us, and we went into KC, you know what I mean, and just dominated that game. Dominated that game, bro.
They made KC come up with all these little wishy-washy excuses. We gave them the Christmas present, all that shit. That sounded bullshit to me. You got outplayed, dominated on the line of scrimmage. You got outballed out. That's what it was.
Yep.
You got outballed out. Straight up football in your ass. Punked in your own place. Had your fans just leaving. And
to have three straight division opponent wins. You went into fucking KC, you won. You scored your most points ever in franchise history against a division rival in the hated Chargers. And then you finish off the season, you know, maintaining that dominance against another division rival in the Denver fucking Broncos. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's what, to me, at the end of the day, bro, like, fuck, man, that to me right there tells it all, bro. Like, those are the teams we want to beat in the first place. Those are the first teams we want to fucking beat. You know what I mean? Like, because, like, those are the hated teams. We got to see them twice a year. You know what I mean? So if you start off by just beating those teams, right there, you're already setting yourself up to, like, damn near already playoff position, bro, because that's 6 damn wins. If you can fucking go, like, I don't know how the hell that 1 year where we went 6-0 in division and still couldn't fucking get to the damn
only team
playoff.
to ever do that. I think we're the only team to ever do it.
Ever. And still the only team to ever do that shit. Like that's exactly what I like my point too about, you know, kind of referring to the last 20 years, bro. Like, even when we did that, we couldn't get into the playoffs. You know what I mean? Because it was just, you know, the coaches were kind of just like wishy-washy up and down and stuff like that, and couldn't really have the impact that AP has had, you know what I mean, in just a short amount of time.
Well, that was Archell's second term.
I think so, though. D-Menace in the building, yes, sir. D-Menace.
What's up, D-Menace?
Let's drag it, man. Speed Demon 831, yes, sir. Raiders.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Let's go, bro. Jesse Cardenas in the building, yes, sir, man. Thank you for you know popping on, man. Actually, fucking for sure, man. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while, but for sure, man. Oh, I probably just because I haven't fucking had a show in a week, but for sure, man. We got fucking We the People in the building. Yes, sir. We the People. What's cracking, man? Salute. Let's see what we got in the building. See, AP gonna bring back the commitment to excellence. Fuck yeah, man. We haven't heard that shit in a while now, because we just haven't been able to really say that shit, bro, because we could, like, that shit we would be lying. You know what I mean? Because literally, like, the team, the organization has been in disarray for, you know what I mean? And I think the biggest telltale, dog, was last year when that one stat came out about just the draft. You know what I mean? Just how the Raiders have been so bad at drafting, dog, and it's not even close. Second to last, it's not even close. You know what I mean? Like, we're in a league of our own of how bad we have drafted in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Like, that's what's fucking crazy to me, bro. And I like last year's draft class, but that's the biggest thing we're going to, I think, at the end of the day, next year is going to be the biggest, you know what I mean? Like, either check mark.
Well, you're saying give everything you want, you give everything you can. I'm saying it too, Gabe. If it does happen, is to do what you can to get the quarterback. But you know, a draft. You know, if you give up picks this year, what you want to do? Like, you want to save your picks for next year. You want to save them.
Yeah, and then, that's what I was gonna say. That's gonna be a big thing for next year. You know what I mean? Like, we're not
picking in the fourth round.
It's gonna be a big check mark on his resume for next year. Like, you know what I mean? If you did make the right moves in the draft, You know what I mean? To get this team better, because that is one thing that, you know, now is on his plate. That's on his plate now. Now but I think he's gonna hit it with the ground running, dog. I think he's gonna make the right moves in this job. I think he's a good evaluator of talent, man. I think he's you see it when he's the guy who fucking recruited Jack Jones. You know what I mean? Because he had him since at Long Beach Poly. You know what I mean? And I think that, you know, him also having that actual playing career. You know what I mean? Playing in the NFL, having, you know, played with you know, Hall of Famers, you know what I mean, like Michael Strahan, you know what I mean, like, you know, just like guys like that on the defense, you know what I mean, and still him being, you know, kind of shot out by Michael Strahan, you know, for you know, he was a guy that spoke up, you know, for Antonio Pierce, you know what I mean, that like kind of like towards the end of the season, saying
A
that
lot of guys
he's
are.
the best
Guys
leader
are,
he's
bro.
ever had. He's the best leader that he's ever fucking seen on the football field, dog. You know what I mean? Like, so that's coming from a Hall of Famer. You know what I mean? So,
Hall of Famers saying that. The Hall of
you
Famers
know
are
what I
saying
mean?
that shit.
For reals, bro. Like, and you hear it from everywhere. You know, you hear it from a bunch of different places, dog. That he has, like when people just think of like, oh, it's Antonio Pierce. He just got an interim job. Like, he doesn't have he doesn't have a, you know, experience. So like people don't really take him serious, bro. Like, when people talk about him in the media and all of this shit, dog, like everybody just talks about him, like they literally say like how much respect he has from around the league, from coaches around the league. You know what I mean? Because he's done this shit the right way. You know what I mean? So when you take that into account, bro, you don't get all of that hype from everybody. Like, not everybody just comes out and speaks out for somebody, dog. Like, you know what I mean? Not every like so many guys have got an opportunity to get a job, but they don't get talked about like this. And some people might say, some people will probably, you know, kind of point at because people want him to get, you know, a job because he's a minority and all of this shit. Bro, there's so many of those candidates too. They don't get talked about like this. You know what I mean? So like, he's not no token guy or anything like that, or just being talked about, or just being talked about guys like of minority, you know, descent as well, like on the media. No, he's been talked about from everybody. You know what I mean? That shit's like that shit doesn't have nothing to play with. It has nothing to, you know, do in this case, bro. I think, and that it's gonna bring free agents here, bro. So I think like as of right now, I think we're like 12th or 13th in money, like money in free agency money. Like, as of right now, I think we're like at 47 million or something like that. And I think if, you know, we're getting rid of Jimmy G, you know what I mean, you know, kind of getting rid of that contract, and, you know, kind of maybe moving on for some other guys, you know, that also I think is going to probably, you know, move the number up a little bit. And I think that's going to end up bringing guys here, bro. I think we're going to end up getting guys, you know, here on, I'm not going to say, you know, super discounts or anything like that, but I think they're going to end up, you know, if it's equal money from here to, you know, from here and somewhere else where like they might, you know, be kind of like contemplating. I think that's the effect. That's the AP effect. I think he's going to be the tipping point for like people, like the deciding factor for people. Like, people are going to, you know, remember and point back to like, hey, bro, like, he's doing something right over there. You know what I mean? He's doing something right over there. I want to join that. You know what I mean? I want to be part of that locker room. That locker room seems to be fucking hype right now. They're smoking cigars. They're having fun. He's letting them free. You know what I mean? Like, he's letting them do like, you know what I mean? Like, he's fucking out there like fucking Keyshawn Johnson was saying, dog. Like, he fucking $2 million fucking earring. You know what I mean? Fucking driving a fucking 6'4", like six. Well, I don't know what year is that? What did Lo say? I think it was a six.
It was a 62.
62 fucking shit,
It was
dog.
like
Like,
62.
bro, like, just all of that shit, bro. It's just, I think players relate to that shit. They're gonna see that shit in this free agency. That's gonna attract them, bro. That's gonna bring a lot of guys here that you might not have even given a look over here. You know what I mean? If a McDaniels was here, or if another guy from like, you know, a hard-nosed guy from like college was coming up, like a hardball, like they might not even. I'm still not. People are gonna take this the wrong way and start fucking saying, like, because they've already said it, that we're gonna say that Harbaugh is not a good coach, or that no, it's just that this is different, bro. This is like people are going to be able to like look at it and say, I want to be part of that.
It wasn't the type team for Harbaugh. I don't think it was the type team Harbaugh would get. You know what I mean? That would he would have broke it all. Is that Prime? What's up, Prime?
Yes, we
got seen him in a minute.
We got MEZBX for sure, man. What's cracking? I know he's been here for sure. Thanks for coming back, man. Thank you for coming back to the SMOKEOUT hour for sure, man. We smoking up in here. I mean, we're gonna smoking up another bowl right now, but we got Darth Raider Prime. What's cracking, man? What's cracking, Prime? I see you, man. I see you back in the building for sure, man. Salute to you too, man. We got fucking DJ Prostate up in the building.
DJ Prostate. Wiki.
Another thing right there too, and it's a no-tax state, and you get to play in that atmosphere with that fucking, you know, with that coach, you know what I mean? So that stadium's gonna be rocking next year, dog. Vegas is gonna be a motherfucking destination, dog, for fucking all Raider fans. I want to see all fucking Raider fans in Vegas next year, bro. Because fuck, man, if not, y'all gonna be missing out, bro. That's all I'm saying. That shit. I'm gonna try to make it to as many fucking games as I can, dog, in Vegas. That shit's gonna be fucking rocking next year, bro. Jesse Cardenas, what's cracking, man? Yeah, Las Vegas Texas players will receive more money. Yeah, for damn sure. Know it. We got fucking Speed Demon cracking open this Modelo for AP champ.
There you go.
Hopefully it's champ. Keeping the fingers crossed. And the nation. Yes, sir, man. You know what I mean? There's only one nation, man. Raider Nation. We got Snoops Hernandez in the building. Yeah, Snoops in the building,
Snoop?
Man.
Good to see you, man. Thanks for checking in.
In the building. We got to smoke a bowl. You know what I mean? When Snoops comes in the building, you know we got to smoke a bowl for the toker. How do you feel, Gravy? How do you feeling, man? Like, we still gotta get to the fuking picks, dog. It's a pick'em show. Damn, I forgot about that shit.
Fuck them pigs, dude.
I know.
It's AP time. It's AP time right now.
AP time. We'll get to that. We'll get to it. We'll kind of wrap the show up with that shit, you know, later. And it's not too many games, so we'll go through it pretty damn quick.
I think we're probably all gonna pick the same teams, so we're all gonna tie.
I don't think so because Low sent in his picks, and I picking somebody different on that one. One team. Yeah.
He just likes being in last, don't he?
He's in first right now.
No, he's not. Oh, on playoffs.
Playoffs, he's in first.
So 1 week out of everything.
Playoffs is, you know, it's shorter. I mean, he's gonna have, you know,
less games. You know, you only got 4 games, 5 games.
Yes, I did. Yes, I didn't have one, dog. I fucking didn't have one today, dog. I said, I don't give a fuck. AP just got hired. I said, hey, shit, fuck. I said, fucking pelón. Vamos a ir pelón.
He's a baldy today.
Baldy today, bro, and fuck it. You know what I mean? I was like, shit. Hey, gotta do what we gotta do.
All we need to do is get
don't mind the hairline. Don't mind the hairline. Sorry, now.
We need Low to cut that peach fuzz off his head, and we can be 3 baldies.
The peach fuzz.
I don't care if he's here or not. We'll still get on him. I don't care if he's here or not. He said he watching a little bit.
The homie Raider Pinoy in the building.
Pinoy.
What's up?
It is. What's up, boy?
Good to see you,
how you
bro?
been, man?
I haven't seen you in a while, bro. Good to see you, man. Good to see you in the building. Yes, sir. Raider Romero in the building. Yes, sir. Breaking news. Gabriel made a hat with that. Fuck that. I'm fucking high as fuck, dog. But shit, I'm fucking happy.
The last two bald coaches had winning records, AP and Richie B. There you go. That's a stat only that's a stat only Cash Lord can come with. Yeah.
Yeah, for real, right? That's a fucking one of those. Yeah, hey. Nobody else has come up with that stat. Good shit, Cash Lord.
There you go. You got two baldies on the live show. Two baldy coaches.
Pharaoh in the building. Pharaoh. How you doing, man?
Bro?
Shit, hey, we got AP, man. Hey, fucking, I think I've left the if you want to pull up, bro, we left the fucking the link in the chat. I'll put it again. If anybody wants to show, if anyone wants to come up and just say what they feel, you know what I mean, about fucking AP, or you know what I mean, or just feel what they feel about the hire, you know what I mean. Just be respectful. That's all we ask, dog. You know what I mean. You want to come up and smoke, you know what I mean, smoke with your boy. You know what I mean. More than free, bro. You know what I mean. You know, just is a kind of a opening up to the chat. You know what I mean. So I just put it in the chat right now. There's the link. You know, click it if you guys fucking feel comfortable to pull up, man. Show. Oh shit, yes sir. We got Pharaoh in the building. What's cracking, man?
This game was good.
Chilling, man.
What's up, man? How you feeling?
We
feeling great.
Happy. We happy over here.
I
know we still got work. But today is AP day, and I feel good, man.
It's AP day. Did they hire him? I didn't hear about that, man.
Hey, come on, you gotta be the only Raider fan in the world not to know that. Them cats in Australia. Them cats in Australia know that.
No, I see this video. You can't fool me.
Nah, man. Hey, man. I'm glad it's AP. I did think that it was kind of. I still feel like Mark Davis kind of went against his words, because if early on in the process he was like, we're gonna do our due diligence, but who do they bring in to interview other than AP and a couple of head coaches that are not head coaches, but coaches that are not even coaching in the NFL currently? So I felt like he made it.
Brought in Leslie Frazier.
Is he coaching right now in the NFL? Like, I know he's
a defensive coordinator for the Bills.
But when?
Not last year.
Right now.
Not last year.
No, not last year. That was the year before. Yeah, no, last year. Yeah, last year he was, but not this year.
He's a defensive coordinator right now, isn't he?
No, I don't think so.
For who though? For who? Not the Bills.
He might have took him this year. I think he might have took him this year off.
Yeah, and then Chris Richard, I don't think he's coaching in the. So I just felt like, man, and I made a tweet the other day because I noticed that, like, literally the Chargers were interviewing every head coach candidate that was connected to the Raiders at some point, from the David Shaws, the Jim Harbaugh, to the Mike Vrabel. You know what I mean? Anyway, at the end of the day, we hired the guy that everybody wanted to hire, AP. I get it. But I thought it was just weird that he said he was going to do his due diligence, but he really didn't interview anybody else other than AP and guys that are not coaching the league. That being said, go ahead.
I think he more went with the due diligence. I think he said it like that way, but I just think he thought, like, I think he more meant like, I'm gonna go with my due diligence and not get in trouble, and I'm gonna go adhere to the fucking Rooney Rule and all of this stuff, and then let me just hire my guy. You know what I mean? I think he went more with that, but I do feel you that he did kind of like allude to the what I mean. He was kind of he felt that he needed to go out there and get guys with experience and shit like that. So I do feel it there, but I think at the end of the day he did everything he needed to do. Because I just think it was just with the pressure that he was probably feeling not for just the Raider Nation. I think for the players, especially with the max kind of ultimatum, they say, you know what I mean. But I just think that all of that shit, and then too, like I've always been big type of on body language type shit and all that shit, and type of little things that people say and how they say it, and just the way that fucking the season ended, and AP was like kind of saying that we're gonna run this back, you know what I mean, and we'll do this again, we're gonna do this again, you know what I mean. I don't know if he kind of already had an inclination that he was going to get the job. You know what I mean? Kind of had some assurances maybe from up top or something like that. But like, because especially because like how you say, like the with the interview process, it was almost just to basically, you know what I mean, not get in trouble. You know what I mean? To hire their guys. So it's like, I think that he kind of maybe has some kind of a word, maybe, you know what I mean, with that allegedly, because you know they didn't do nothing wrong,
right?
You know what I mean? So it's like yeah, for sure. I just think that it's like he felt comfortable, man, and I just think he thought he might have the job, you know, ever.
And on top of that too, Mark Davis did say that he was going to hire a GM first to help him in the process of interviewing head coach, which he hired AP, and we don't have a GM yet. So I was like that.
But did you hear about
I hope everything works out. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. But what I'm saying is that, and it might end up being Kelly. And I heard Kelly was part of the interview. Yeah, like, so he was singing interview. So it might just be Kelly anyway. They're just probably working out the kinks. So, but it's just going to be interesting what happens and who they hire for, because they haven't announced it yet. They haven't hired. That's kind of weird. You would think it would be at the same time, like Champ Kelly and AP.
The AP video,
the press conference. Press conference was.
The AP video was from earlier today, or that video, right? Him walking into his locker room and shit like that. So
that's
kind of like announcement without an announcement type of thing, you know what I mean? But like, yeah, I am waiting. Kind of like, I think they're kind of make their formal announcement with their GM, with their hire of their GM. Like, I think they're gonna make the announcement together type shit. You know what I mean? I think they're gonna announce it, and like, once somebody from the actual, maybe ownership or something like that is gonna actually make the announcement type shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Maybe so I think that's what probably that's what's just holding up the actual, formal announcement from like the Raiders. But I think that AP video was the announcement without the announcement, kind of with any word. I mean, so for sure, man. I just think that was right there. And then the Adam Schefter type thing too. Like, I think that he has too much of a reputation to like kind of put like breaking news, the Raiders have signed, hired, AP. You know what I mean? So I think like he wouldn't want to be wrong on it. He wouldn't want to put it out unless he was, for sure.
Right. Nah, and Raiders Pinoy, he points out that they say Dodds is involved in the mix too. How do you guys feel about
Never heard that.
Yeah, that's what I also think that is kind of holding up the thing too. I think that they're probably trying to get him into the mix somehow, like maybe like the kind of like the situation that they had last year, you know what I mean, with Ziegler and him being, kind of co-GMs type shit, you know what I mean? Like, maybe they're trying to do that, you know what I mean? Like, work out the, probably, negotiate with Champ, like, hey, would you be willing to work with him, maybe him under you or something like that as a GM? Because Dodds never hasn't been an actual GM, has he been?
Assistant GM.
Yeah, he's been an assistant. That's why I'm saying, like,
they both were assistant GM.
Have him being there, so that's what, like, maybe he's trying to give either work out that, or I think that's probably what's probably kind of holding up the announcement as well too, like the GM announcement at least.
Right. Now, and how do y'all feel about that? I mean, like, do you think that?
Because I know Mark Davis liked him. I know Mark Davis liked him in the last interviewing process. You know what I mean? He was big on Dodds, but I think the McDaniels thing kind of made him tip towards, Ziegler, because McDaniels wanted Ziegler in here with him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, but Dodds was a big guy in his interviewing process last time. Like, he was, there was a lot of talk about him being big on Dodds. He liked his interview. He had a great interview and stuff like that. And it showed with him bringing him back in. You know what I mean? Again. So I like it though. I mean, I like the Colts roster. You know what I mean? Especially, you know what I mean? They did the most with a backup quarterback this year. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I think their roster is, filled with guys that are like, solid at, a bunch of positions. You know what I mean? The Buckners, you know what I mean? Stuff like that, which guys have been there for a while. But, you know what I mean? That roster, even the guys that like kind of like the speed, speed, you know what I mean? Like this year, that, kind of the linebackers that they got this year. It's just, I think that's.
Are you up to speed on what the Colts? What's going on with the Colts right now? Are you up to speed what the Colts are going through right now? What Irsay did?
Well, didn't he get sick though? Wasn't he sick in the
He
hospital?
overdosed on.
Oh, he overdosed again.
Yeah.
And not again, but again.
Dodge probably want to get out of there.
Yeah, he wants for sure out of there.
Well, look. Let's just think about it. I mean, I feel like you brought up some points about Dodd's background, and I do like Ed Dodd's background as far as his pedigree. He's coming from that Colts team where they've done a really good job of like, drafting, and he's part of that. He's part of that regime. He's part of that front office that's making those decisions. And on top of that too, there was that one year I think they had like the most Pro Bowlers in the NFL was with the Colts, and he's coming from he was part of Seattle too. If you remember, Seattle had all the Legion of Boom. He was part of that. He was coming from there as well. So I like his pedigree, and he's connected to the Raiders. So I do like.
I like it.
But then I like Champ Kelly because I feel like Champ and AP would work well together. I feel like there would be a little bit of like,
They already do.
Play. They kind of give him play. Like they play. Like they give him like they each give like you'll listen for sure to like him, and they'll listen to each other. You know what I mean? I think that's big. I think that's big in the GM hiring process because they have to have that. The GM and the head coach have to have a great, when they have a great relationship, the team thrives. You know what I mean? I think those kind of teams thrive. You know what I mean? Like also in some cases it works out either way because like even though we talk shit about Harbaugh, even like he was able to get shit done even when he was kind of at at each other's throats with the GM when he was with the Niners. You know what I mean? Like they were at each other's throats, and that's kind of why he got out of there, which is one of the reasons why I kind of didn't want him either here and for that reason because some people like a lot of people say like he at a certain point, you know what I mean? He like his message gets, kind of like, fuck, like damn, dog, that shit's getting old. You know what I mean? Like at every stop, like he, no doubt about, he changes programs. You know what I mean? He's always changed programs. You know what I mean? Stanford, you know what I mean? His regime for sure. Like it's people kind of point to it, and I don't knock it. You know what I mean? But my thing was always that he's the type of guy that's gonna use the Raiders for more money, type of shit. I don't think he's ever taking the Raiders type of serious. You know what I mean? I don't think he was ever gonna take the Raiders kind of serious with especially with the jobs that are out there, especially with him talking about, in 2021, they have him, talking about, Herbert, about him being a guy that he would love to coach and shit like that. You know what I mean? So it's like just all of that type of stuff kind of pointed that he wasn't gonna end up getting the Raiders serious. And what was worrying me that we might end up messing up and kind of like, especially with other teams kind of interviewing AP and stuff like that we would mess around and not get none of them. You know what I mean? And kind of end up with my Vrabel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like that at the end of the day, I think we made a great decision in this. Now I just think it's, to me, like you said, I like Dodd's fucking background, dog, but I think that's what the holdup right now is, like them trying to get them both on board somehow.
So I see a lot of people in the chat is saying that, hey, one guy could be president of football operations, the other guy could be GM. But is this going to be a case of too many chefs in the kitchen? You know what I mean? Like
can be.
Decisions need to be made, and if you got two guys arguing in the building, I don't know if you want that to happen. I'm sure that happens all the time in the NFL, but you want a guy that at the end of the day he's going to make the final decision. I like defined roles.
That's the GM. That's the GM.
To be honest, like as much as I like Dodd and his track record, I do like it and I love it. But like you said earlier, dog, I think the dynamic with him and Champ is like, that's what I think we can't ignore. You know what I mean? Like that, we can't ignore that dynamic between both of them. And I think with both of them, like the willingness to go out and maybe get like I think if AP pounds the floor hard enough for like a guy like Jaden Daniels, and I think like with the reports of like Champ Kelly being high on CJ Stroud last year and him wanting to trade up for him and stuff like that, I think they're willing to make a move like that together. You know what I mean? Like I think that those guys will take a risk together like that. Now with Dodds, I think it'll be more of a push. You know what I mean? There, because I think Dodds will want to have more of a say, because I think he has more of a track record. You know what I mean? I think he'll want to kind of have that last say and kind of final say at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I think the dynamic would, like you say, would work more with Champ, but I
think Dodds wants
to lose either way.
I think Dodds, he really wants to. I think he wants to come to the Raiders. I think what it is that, like, if Jim Harbaugh gets hired with the Chargers, I think, because he interviewed this week with the Chargers on Wednesday.
Yeah.
At Dodds.
Yeah.
So if you connect the dots, Jim Harbaugh interviewed this week as well. So, and they're trying to figure out what GM, and Jim Harbaugh is coming to, if he comes to the NFL, it's going to be a situation where he has roster control. So he needs a guy that he can work with that can do his dirty work while he makes the final decision on the roster. Maybe Ed Dodd might be that guy, and he might take that opportunity. But we'll see, man. We'll see how it takes out.
That's the type of guy that we don't want. That's a type. I'm tired of that already, Farrell. I'm tired of that already.
Right.
But what that position is more of like a mediator.
Right.
Like a Champ wants a guy, and then Dobbs is saying, well, okay, look, we're gonna use this amount of picks, say, on Daniels. 1, 2, 3, and 1 next year, whatever we want to move up, whatever the draft coaches are. But he's the one that's gonna say, well, you got to think we're using our number 1 pick for next year. Do we want to use our picks to make our team better, or are we going all out to get this dude? Just like a different option, but he still has the same role as like a GM, but he's like a second guesser for Champ, unless he agrees with them. He says, let's do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But they have to work together. If they don't, then you're gonna have the same problem. You can have the same problem. See, you don't know. You never hear a personnel guy having a problem with the GM, because you don't hear about it in the news, because people don't talk about it. But you hear about a coach and a GM, and a coach and a personnel guy. That's when you're giving these guys that want control, these coaches that want control of the team, and to say like Gruden and Harbaugh, why even have a GM when you're not going to have the final say?
I understand. And I think at the end of the day, I think that it doesn't make sense to hire both Ed Dodds and Champ Kelly. They're their own guys. They deserve their own teams. If they hire a president of football operations, what would make sense with a rookie coach and a rookie GM is a guy that's been there, done that. Get some guy like, hey, I know this might be shooting for the moon, but you got to shoot for the moon. Maybe you land, or you shoot for the stars, land on the moon. Maybe Ozzie Newsome. You know what I'm saying? I'm just throwing it out there. But you guys can understand where I'm going with it. You want a guy at president of football operations that is experienced, that's drafted well, that's seen success, to groom a rookie GM like a Champ Kelly with a rookie head coach. Because even Mark Davis mentioned the reason why McKenzie didn't work out the first time around is because he was a rookie GM, and Dennis Allen at the time was a rookie coach. So I'm just saying, like, that would be a better, whoever that experienced president of football operation guy would be. That's the type of guy that you would want, in my opinion. It can't be a guy like, you can't have 2 rookie first-time GMs. One guy is going to be like, it's a lot of people. I get it. I see Raider.
They're going to want to make their own stamp. They're going to want to make their own stamp.
Yeah,
I think I did it. But whose name also been, if you guys have been paying attention in the past, is Mike Holmgren for that type. His tree is massive in the NFL, and he was the type guy that made his own decisions. Mike Holmgren will be is always from many coaches being asked questions. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? And then he has Tom Coughlin he brought in. He has Marvin Lewis, but he's in the staff. Different type guys that are these old school coaches that are good for personnel type things, not the way their type football is leaving the NFL now. It's getting old. Just that running all the time and playing good defense. Now these offensive coordinators are coming up with all bunch of crazy stuff to confuse defenses. Quarterbacks running everywhere. You know, receivers are faster. Tight ends are getting more involved. Sometimes you see 3 tight ends out there. You know what I mean? Without a running back or receiver. But see, they didn't do that back then. So just the personnel issues, the guys that knew the personnel, that's good to have. And then that's what I think Dobbs and Champ might have a little face-off with.
Well, look, if they were to do hire, let's say hypothetically speaking, if they hired Ed Dodds and Champ, which would be intriguing because I like Ed Dodds and I also like Champ. It better be defined roles. Like Dodds, you just do this, and Champ, you do this. Don't let it overlap where like they both do the same thing. If they both doing the same thing, it's going to be a lot of arguments, going to be a lot of dysfunction, and we're going to be questioning why was this guy picked at number 13? Why was this guy signed to this contract? Nah, it should be like a good hierarchy. Someone got to do this, someone got to do that, and no one will step on anybody's toes. But yeah, man, hey, it's a good problem to have, man. If there's 2 candidates that we both like, you know what I mean, at that GM spot, that's a good problem to have. I like both Dodds. I like Champ Kelly, whoever they go with. They go with both. Let it be something that makes sense and that's defined, where there's no dysfunction. Because as Raider fans, we've seen all types of dysfunction with the Raiders. We've seen everything.
Yeah,
but
I'm saying, dude,
I did some research on Frazier. He did take the year off because that injury that Hamlin got really hit him real deep. That's the reason why it affected him.
Wow.
So that's why he took the year off.
Hey man, respect to that, man. Respect, man. He's at the end of the day, he's a human being. You know what I mean? That was a crazy football. Like I've never seen an injury like a crazy play like that in the NFL. Where
it was a freak accident.
He almost died on the field.
Like, have you seen the way that I think it was that sports science guy or something like that. He's a doctor that kind of like breaks everything down on YouTube, something like that. Like, but the way he broke it down and the injury and stuff like that, like, he had to have been taking a breath, like inhaling at that certain time, and then get hit in a certain point, you know, at the same time, and then made his heart stop. You know what I mean? Like that shit was crazy. Like, it was a freak accident. You know what I mean? It was just a 1 in a million type of thing. You know what I mean? So, but. Damn, that shit's crazy that it happened on fucking Monday Night Football, though. You know what I mean?
And nobody, no coach, no player ever have seen something like that happen in a football field. As long as football's been around.
You funny as hell, man.
What happened?
What he saying?
Yeah, man, he's just hilarious. I ain't gonna put it on blast, but he's funny, man. If you know, you know, man. He funny as hell. But
I can imagine what Castro said.
Yeah, so that's the GM. All right, so that's the GM. Who do you guys have, or who are you guys thinking about? Is right now the biggest probably football decision that needs to happen is that whole offensive side of football is going to be replaced. Basically, you know, they already reported that Bo Hardgree is not coming back. Who do you guys like? What guy are you guys looking at as an OC for the Raiders?
Yeah, because Bo Hardgree isn't coming back. I know. Damn, dog. I want to see what they do with I think it's Frank Smith from what's it? I think it's from the Dolphins, right?
Yeah, but he's already an offensive coordinator. He's not going to accept a lateral move. He's actually taking probably head coach interviews. I'm not sure how many people called him up because but
I haven't. That's what I was talking about yesterday. Like, it's crazy that like their season is over and he hasn't taken and like he hasn't like been named in any interviews. You know what I mean? For like head coaching positions or stuff like that, which is just kind of crazy. You know what I mean? With them having that type of offense this year, you know what I mean? With a lot of guys ain't big on Tua in the first place. You know what I mean? So it's like that offense was pretty, you know what I mean? Pretty potent. You know what I mean? But then again, too, like they didn't show up against, you know, any teams with, you know, winning records except for the Cowboys, right? I think that's the only team that they beat with a winning record.
You talking about the Dolphins?
Yeah.
I would have to look back.
Denver.
Hey,
Denver.
Hey, we didn't even. I think I came back. I was in the chat when we was talking about the last time, because I think last time I went live with you, we was on the show.
You lost.
I lost.
You
came in second. You came in second that week, I think.
Oh, hey, Gravy be hating though, man.
That dog, but I ain't gonna hate because I took first.
you took first? Okay,
We
okay.
tied.
I feel you. You tied?
We tied. Low got. No, I'm talking about the whole season. At the end of the season, we and Gravy tied.
That's dope that y'all do that, man. That's a good thing, man. I might have to steal that from y'all, man. I'm gonna be starting.
Yeah, at the end of the season, me and Gravy tied. And Low got last.
Yeah,
The finder's fee. There's a finder's fee for that. The patented finder's fee.
It's patented. All right, man. I'm gonna have to. We gonna talk. We gonna talk on the back end.
Everything.
We gonna talk.
You're more welcome to pick with us too, Pharaoh. It was a good show.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I remember that show. We had a good time, man. It was long. We got Low. No, that was a SMOKEOUT. So we go as long as forever, but sometimes Low likes to keep it a time limit.
Cashflow right here. Hey, Cashflow right here talking about Chase Carver, and then Dirty right here says, Cash, you better leave my boy alone.
Hey, shout out to Dirty.
Dirty said what's up too. Yeah, Dirty did say what up too. He told me to tell you what up.
It was good. It's good. But yeah, man, going back to the OC, right? That's probably gonna make or break AP. Let's keep it real. If he misses on that, I don't think he can recover from that. Having a terrible OC. If he picks the wrong OC. Because he's not an offensive minded coach. It's not like, you know what I mean? He doesn't have a lot of experience. Picking his staff is gonna be huge, bro. It's gonna be important. Patrick Graham needs to come back first and foremost. Patrick Graham, hopefully. Yes. You know, respect to him. Hey, if he gets a head coach opportunity, that's, you know, congratulations. But I'm hoping somehow, somewhere he can come back.
It's crazy how they blocked him from going to trying to get the head coaching job.
Smart.
To interview for the head coaching job for Chargers, which kind of means I think they're kind of points to the fact I think that they want to keep him. You know what I mean? They're you know, it's kind of clear that they you know. They're trying to hold on to him. So I think that's at the end of the day, I think he is going to retain him. But I think it is a big question for the offensive coordinator position, because that is where we suffer the most. You know what I mean? That, and then, you know, go out. Are we going to be bold and, you know, go chase, you know, the quarterback that we want? Or are we going to, you know, sit at 13 and kind of see if any one of the, you know, like a Bo Nix or you know, maybe a Penix falls to us. You know, that could be maybe a, you know, an option or something like that. But at the end of the day, you know, that's gonna be a big, you know, check mark at the end of the season next year too. Like, we're gonna look back at that too. Like, what did they do in the quarterback, especially in this quarterback draft, you know, heavy. You know what I mean, this year. So it's like, what are they, when we look back next year, what are we going to say? You know what I mean? That's going to be a big thing too. You know what I mean? Because we're at 13 and we do have a chance to, I know it's going to take a lot, but you know what I mean? It's good. We have a chance to move up maybe, you know what I mean? And maybe get a guy that can change this franchise.
Yeah, and that's my point too. That's how big the OC hire is going to be, because you know that it's going to come with a young QB. And you know what's important to a young QB, a young developing player, is stability, consistency. You know what I mean? Imagine pairing a young QB with a good play caller, a good offensive mind. You seen what happened to CJ Stroud. Bobby Slowick, that he did a great job with Stroud this year, to the point where, like, he's probably going to be a head coach. He's probably going to get hired as the head coach. It's possible. So that's what I'm saying. Like, do you go for a young and up and coming offensive mind, or do you go for an experienced former head coach, like, where he wasn't a good coach, but he was a great coordinator?
What you mean, Kingsbury? You mean Kingsbury? You're talking about Cliff? That I like. I've always said this, Pharaoh. When Cliff got that job for Arizona, and he came from college, he runs that air raid offense, right? That's 100% all college football now. Now, it's been a while since he's been a coach, and that offense has integrated into the NFL now. You know, as far as like the motions, and that's where you see all these screens come from. And all these end arounds and all these short patterns, and then let the receiver do the athletes. You know, you're paying all this money for the athlete, and all he's doing is catching bombs and shit. No, he's an athlete, so let him whoop through and all this stuff. And then also the RPO game, you see a lot of quarterbacks that move around more. That's what Cliff brought to the NFL as a young guy during his tenure at Arizona. He got fired for it because the NFL wasn't ready for that yet. We were still on this West Coast, deep patterns, run the football, play good defense, put 8 in the box to start the 8 RPO and all that stuff. And then Lamar started growing up. Murray came into town. You got all these running quarterbacks. That's a weapon that you need a defender to occupy your defense to do. Mm-hmm. Now that offense has integrated into the NFL, that's what I want to see the Raiders do.
It's Kingsbury.
So Kingsbury would be an option. There's other coaches that are, Adam Case does the same thing. Adam Case, everybody says he sucked as a head coach. Great mind in football. You know what I mean? But he's more of a West Coast guy. But something like that. But
I'm not mad at that. I wouldn't want
creative.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Adam Case is a creative guy, but his responsibility as a head coach takes away from his offensive coordinator type. Like I told Gabe earlier today, we got a guy that doesn't have to mingle in between both areas. That's his job. Worry about offense, worry about defense and special teams. Worry about the head coaching. Worry about the locker room. Worry about the personnel. Not game planning or just on offense and then calling plays. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Kingsbury.
I'm going Kingsbury in that one.
Yeah.
I'm going Kingsbury in that one.
Yeah. I would take Cliff more than I would Adam Case.
Because I think Kingsbury is more relatable with the younger quarterback, like especially with the younger quarterback
and he's smart quarterback
in this type of draft.
His quarterback pedigree is crazy though. If you see from the Caleb Williams to the Mahomes, you could go on and on. Kyler. But the thing is though, with his offense didn't really explode in the NFL. Like he didn't really do too but he was a head coach. It might be a classic case as a head coach. Maybe he's more of a.
It wasn't in the NFL just yet, Pharaoh. It wasn't, integrated into the NFL. Now they all run it. It took a couple of years for that college offense to the air raid offense to move into the NFL, and everybody's doing it now. That's all you see is RPOs, and zone blocking, all that stuff where there's movement on the offensive line. You didn't see big guys do that. They just blocked what was in front of them and made holes. You know what I mean? We seen that with McDaniel's offense. We seen it with Gruden's offense. That ground and pound. And when he got Cable, that's when the zone stuff started happening.
Yeah,
it's all zone. Air raid is all zone blocking. So you can mismatch it or whatever. But now that it's in the NFL, it would be perfect opportunity for him to come back in it, throw his ideas out there, and confuse these defensive coordinators that are just set, with their big linebackers that could cover tight ends. Try covering 3 fast-ass tight ends, like Waller. You know what I mean? That's the way the tight ends are.
I look at Kingsbury's like high risk, high reward.
Yeah.
It could be great, but it could be terrible. You know what I mean? Because we've seen him in the NFL. And I understand, like, he was a head coach. He wasn't a coordinator. Different responsibilities. You're not able to focus on, just being a play caller, focus on an offensive game plan. Head coach, you got multiple responsibilities. We understand that. But I'm just saying that, like, it could be great, like you said. Like, he's been connected to a lot of different quarterbacks. Might be perfect timing for him to come in. I know for a fact, though, if we get Kingsbury, we're getting a quarterback for sure. You know what I mean? He's going to want a mobile QB. He's going to want a certain type of QB.
Oh yeah, he ain't trying to come to the Raiders to work with Aiden O'Connell. That's one thing. That's not like you say, that's gonna be a clear sign that we're gonna get a quarterback because he's gonna come here to like that because that means that we're gonna kind of assure him that we're gonna go that route and that he's gonna have something to like for that for him to work with. You know what I mean? So I just think that could be a clear sign that of like one of those things where you kind of read between the lines type shit. You know what I mean? Which was one of the things where I kind of like was saying earlier with kind of like with the AP kind of finals victory speech type shit. You know what I mean? Like it's like those are sometimes you could kind of read things that way. You know what I mean? Like without actually people saying anything, you could kind of like see which kind of route they're gonna end up going in.
The way it's looking, he might just end up in Chicago because I think he got
because he wants that number one. Because if they assure him that they're gonna go maybe another route too, I think with Caleb, you know what I mean, him working with Caleb again, you know what I mean, in the NFL, maybe that's something that Caleb, because supposedly Caleb is kind of like secretly supposedly kind of making his demands to like the Chicago, so he could kind of be asking maybe for them to hire a Kingsbury,
right?
You know what I mean? Because
yeah.
But that also brings us to the question, like, if Justin Fields becomes available, what do you think about that though?
Get him.
I'm not mad at it. I don't want to overspend. I don't want to overspend though. You know what I mean? I don't want to overspend. His
market value is supposedly the other day, the last time I checked, his market value, because he's kind of like the top commodity maybe this year in the free agent class, and that's not saying a lot, but you know what I mean? He's gonna demand around $47 million.
Third round pick. That's the highest out.
Of course that.
He has 1 year left on his rookie deal, and and you already know what quarterbacks get. So we have that 1 year to evaluate him and go from there. But if we're gonna get him, that's the highest we go. If we get him for that amount, then I wouldn't be mad. If it's for a second round pick, first round pick, and then we could possibly, it's just like I don't like to do business like that. I don't think they should do business like that. Raiders, be honest with you, to me, if we could trade up, man, from 13 to like, I think if they just, and it's gonna have to be they're not gonna get to number one. They're just too far away. There's too many teams that want quarterbacks in front of them. They can't trade up to number one. I think in my opinion, it's going to be one of those deals where they're going to have to really work the phones, really like Champ Kelly, whoever the GM is, they got to be on it. And when that draft unfolds, you already know the first two picks probably going to be QB, most likely. If Kingsbury goes to Chicago, he's going to want to get Caleb Williams at number one. Yep. And then you got number two Commanders. They're getting a quarterback. To be honest, they're getting quarterback. Now, this is where you can get into the Patriots at number 3. They can easily go quarterback. I understand that. But if you throw a package at them, they're a rebuilding team, and you give them like multiple first-round picks, they might be like, you know what? This might be a good deal for us.
And they're a team that will do that because they're a team that's traded with the Raiders a lot in the past.
Yeah, so they might trade, get all those picks. It might be a smart move from their perspective, and we can get to that number 3. And guess who might be there? Devontae Adams' favorite rookie QB that's coming out this year, Jaden Daniels,
and AP's.
AP
favorite.
A lot of connections, bro. To Jaden Daniels.
When does Arizona pick? 4th? Arizona picks 4th. I was thinking Arizona.
Arizona picks 4th.
I was thinking you deal with Arizona because they're going to keep
the one player who can mess it up. I mean, not mess it up. The one player who could kind of like maybe let us, probably just move into 4 because there is, a lot of speculation of, maybe 1, 2, and 3 are quarterbacks. But, the one guy who can mess that up is a Marvin Harrison Jr. You know what I mean? Because he can mess that whole, little draft, situation up, because I think he could go top 3. I mean, especially with all the the hoopla around him, you know what I mean? So it's like he could easily go top 3. So maybe you can, trade with the Cardinals. You know what I mean? Because I don't think they're going quarterback. They're for sure not going quarterback. you get maybe Kyler some more, you know, first round picks, because I think they could still go receiver at that, you know, at that you know, at the 13th, you know what I mean, pick.
But I will say though, Marvin Harrison Jr. would be a perfect fit for the Cardinals and the Patriots and the Bears. Yeah. He's the best player in the draft. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real. He's the best player in the draft, but it's just quarterback is high value position. A lot of quarterbacks coming out. You know how it is. They're going to get picked first. But going back to the OC, right? And my guy, Steven DeLuna says, salute panel chat. So what do you guys know about Brian Greasy, QB coach 49ers? Hey, man, all I know is, look, at the end of the day, you can't go wrong. The way it's looking like lately, you can't go wrong with that Kyle Shanahan coaching tree. Or, hey, Sean McVay, you know what I mean? And Gravy, you said that earlier. You said West Coast. I like West Coast, good play caller. I'm not mad at that. I think that's a good fit for a young QB to come in. You know what I mean? And succeed in. The only thing
anybody off Shanahan, that offensive high up there coordinator, quarterback coach, or anything like that, I would look at, because he's really good. Shanahan's really good.
Yeah. The only thing is, look, if we go for a young, you know, offensive mind from that comes from like one of those coaching trees, and he has a great first year, there's a good chance he's going to leave. Look at Houston right now. First year, most likely he might get a head coaching spot. Now, if we go a different route and we go for experience, right? Former head coach, but he got his experience being an offensive coordinator, Frank Reich, whatever experience coordinator. Then there's a chance where a young QB could have that offensive coordinator for a while. That's stability, right?
Yep.
There's that right there too. So like, you know, there's pluses and minuses with all, you know what I mean? There's positive, negatives to every candidate. But I kind of am like, man, if we can find whoever that experienced coordinator can be. I mean, hey, in a different universe, I said this earlier. I said in a different universe, McDaniels would have been a perfect candidate. You know what I mean? As an offensive coordinator. But obviously that the ship has sailed. That's never going to happen. But I'm just saying, we know that as an offensive coordinator, that's where he had success. As a head coach, no. As a coordinator, yes. But that ship has sailed. That's never going to happen. Y'all forget what I just said.
Is there still question about that? Because, you know, some people do say he rode Brady's coattails.
Well, he did Brady. He didn't have Brady when he had Matt Castle. He didn't have Brady when he had.
Yeah, when he didn't have Matt Castle. And
who's the quarterback that now everybody's calling garbage that played for the Patriots?
From Washington, right? He's from Washington.
No. The quarterback for the Patriots. They drafted him.
You're talking about this year, I think.
Who got ran over by Chandler Jones?
Happy.
Mac Jones.
You're talking about Mac Jones.
Mac Jones. He had a solid rookie year under McDaniels. But I'm not here to defend McDaniels. I'm just saying, what I'm saying is that we look at like the former head coaches that were successful as offensive coordinators. Those are the guys that, hey, if Raiders hit a home run with that guy's going to be a coordinator for a while. With that QB, which means stability, which means good play caller, which means that quarterback is going to be able to develop. That's what I'm saying. If you go for like the young hotshot offensive coordinator, it might be a situation where it's one and done. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, if you get like one of these hotshot ones where like
Jones,
already kind of on the verge to like kind of get, you know, head coaching jobs, they might come here, change the offense, and damn, for sure they're gone as a head coach. You know what I mean? That always happens, but.
Hey, Joe, hey, just forget what I said about McDaniels. I said different universe. You misheard it and said I want McDaniels back. Hey, I'm not saying that. Forget the dude. Forget about it. Just forget what I just said.
I don't like when you bring up that Patriot way over here.
Name. We'll just say who should not be named, man. Look
at this. This is some fucking you know, yeah, we gotta. I don't even know. I forgot about that shit. Today is that Tuck Rule anniversary too.
Man, let's just focus on AP, man. That's a terrible memory right there. I remember that, man. I thought it was game over, bro. Game over, and that referee was too scared to, you know how it is,
bro. I'm not ashamed to say I shed a fucking tear, dog, because that was how mad I was.
Clear fumble.
25. What is it? 25 years or 20 years?
Well, it happened in 2001, 2001 playoffs.
22 years.
I was like 16
23
years
years.
old. I was like 16. I remember fucking just being so mad that fucking tears came out of my motherfucking eyes, dog. Like, that's how fucking pissed off I was, dog. Fuck, dog.
That was crazy, man.
If I would have seen a fucking Patriot fan at that moment, dog, I think at 16 years old, like, I was a bad kid, so I'm, fucking, it's sorry to say, but like, it's like I would have probably hit somebody, dog, like bad, like.
Look, man.
I don't know, dog.
Coach up, as a backup, Hugh Jack City says, could Kingsbury and Greasy coach up O'Connell, maybe bring back Chase Garbers, a mobile QB could extend plays. Yep. Nah, man. Hey, look, I'm looking at AOC as a backup. Maybe we bring in a veteran and draft a rookie. That's pretty solid. That's how you upgrade a QB room. Because right now, I think the Raiders currently, you can make an argument they have the worst QB room in the NFL. You could make an argument. Because you got Jimmy G on a terrible contract who looks like he's done. He's shot. I don't know. Like, he admitted that the crazy thing is he admitted this year that he was hurt. He would, like, his foot was bothering him. And that's crazy because now that just makes even McDaniels and Ziegler look terrible for even bringing them in. But
it did from the get-go.
Yeah, man. It is what it is, man. Those guys are.
The nation is surprised. I don't think nobody's surprised, but I just think it's I think they're trying to since they haven't like really announced it like the Raiders. I think it's for sure. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying.
I was a little surprised. I thought at the very least, I thought it was going to be at the same time. At the same time.
Yeah.
Because even when I think even when Ziegler and McDaniels got hired, I think we heard Ziegler got hired before McDaniels. But we all knew what was going on.
I think they're probably letting them both have their day, you know what I mean? I think they're letting, AP get his day, you know what I mean? Kind of like, especially with that video. And then tomorrow
you get Friday night, as Champ gonna get Saturday night, man.
Saturday night, yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? So it's like I think for sure that's just coming soon. For sure that announcement's coming soon too. You know what I mean? They're gonna have a little video like that on the Raiders thing too. You know what I mean? They're gonna put that shit out, right? And we're gonna get that news, dog. So I think, especially with him sitting in on head coaching interviews and stuff like that. Like, was there any news of Ed Dodd sitting in too?
Nah, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, we seen it. Somebody said they seen it in the chat, but I haven't heard any respected source say that Dobbs. I've been hearing that Champ was in there, but not Dobbs.
Joe said, I'm copping some black Air Force Ones as soon as possible.
For real,
yeah.
Man, he's copyrighting that. That's all AP right now. That's the thing.
Okay, it's just it's everything like that. Even the people are saying, even through the media, dog, with him being a fucking coach. Who else do you see wearing a fucking Keyshawn was saying $2 million earring? You know what I mean? Rolling in a fucking lowrider, dog. You know what I mean? It's just this dude is
AP smart though, man. AP smart.
He played to the crowd.
Yeah, he played to the crowd. It was so
Somebody
obvious.
I don't know who it was earlier in the fucking in the chat, dog, and that was a good analogy. It's like fucking when Marcus Aurelius told fucking what's his name, fucking from Gladiator, dog. You know what I mean? He told him, you gotta play to the crowd. You gotta win the crowd, dog. You know what I mean? Win the crowd first.
Yeah. He did that, man.
You know what I mean? He did that, dog. I was there for the last game. I was sat in the black hole. We got to sit in the black hole for the Denver game. And
come on, Gabe. Ain't no black hole, man. That ain't no black hole.
Oh, I know, but what they consider the black hole in Vegas. You know what I mean? But that section. You know what I mean?
In spirit, it's a black hole in spirit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it's we sat right there, and that's where he was that whole fucking section was chanting AP at the end of the game, and fucking He was just like doing his, his fucking little thing. He's playing to the crowd, dog.
Hey, Dolphins for Life says we still gonna beat y'all next season respectfully. Hey, to keep it real with you, man, y'all about to sign a terrible contract to Tua, man. To be honest with you, I don't think he's that good to me, in my opinion.
And Dolphins were like the type of guy that will say, "I'm down with it."
For real. He's Dolphins for life. You can't go against his name. He's Dolphins for life. Come on, let's keep it real, man.
He's a member of the show too. He's always
hey, man, that's respect, man. Hey, man, he respect the channel. He respect the channel.
He's always very inputting with the Raiders. Sometimes better takes it than the Raider fans.
Yeah, like I think, like what All Eyes on G right here is saying, dog, and I've been saying it, like kind of like the, well, when the DA thing was around, dog, you know what I mean? I kind of kept saying it, dog, and like when it happened, I was like fucking happy, dog, because I was like, and I kept saying it too before it happened. I was like, I'm gonna speak it into existence that we're gonna get DA, kind of like even like a week before, people were saying, nah, it's not gonna happen. That's just not gonna happen. It's gonna take too much, or he's not gonna want to leave, Green Bay. He's not gonna leave Green Bay, and it was like, nah, dog, he's coming to the Raiders, and I just think like. And I've been saying that fuck that. I think we're gonna take, especially, and things are kind of like falling in order. I was like, we're gonna hire fucking AP, dog. We know that that's gonna happen. Like, and speaking into existence, we're gonna fucking trade for fucking, we're gonna trade for Jaden Daniels, dog. We're gonna trade up and get Jaden Daniels, dog. I think they're gonna take that swing, dog, because I think he's not gonna be afraid to make a move like that, dog. Like I think, and then especially if you hire like a guy like Champ, dog, I think they're gonna want to make their mark, and what better way to go up and get your your franchise guy, who I think will be franchise. There's some people who don't like that think, but and that's cool too. That's cool too. Like Raider Paul right here, he don't like Daniels, but he likes Bo Nix. He thinks Bo Nix will probably be the best candidate for it, but to me it's Bo that it's just the familiarity, just like how we said, the reasons kind of AP should have stood as coach, and that why what's his name should stay as GM, Champ Kelly should stay as GM, the familiarity they have with each other, and even the Jack Jones move, you know what I mean? Kind of like AP having the familiarity with him. I could see them because he has that relationship with Jaden Daniels.
Don't get attached, bro. Don't get attached, man, because it's too early, bro. Because look, this whole offseason is going to play out. The draft process is going to play out. And then when it's all said and done, Jaden Daniels might be the number 2 quarterback on the board.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? He might become the number 1 quarterback. Who knows? Depending on how how it goes. You know what I mean? Red flags. Look at last year, the best player in the draft was who? Was the boy that got drafted to the Eagles, and he ended up Jalen Carter. He ended up getting picked number 9. So you gotta let it play out, and it is what it is. But look, at the end of the day, if there's a God, you know what I mean, and he's a Raider fan, hopefully he's looking out for us, man. Hopefully we get our quarterback for the next 15, 20 years, and we win a couple of Super Bowls, and we can just call it a day, man. Ain't no more. I'll retire as a Raider content creator, man, because I got to see a Super Bowl. Just one. Just give me one.
Well, one of the things that, like, one of my because like last week we were talking about it, we kind of like named 5 things, like in order, what were the most important things we had to get this offseason. My top thing was, head coach, and that is marked off. So that's number 1. Let's sew it up and let's get AP. So that's number 1. Number 2, which we gotta wait for, but it's like because that's later on. That's not until April. It's what are we gonna do at the quarterback position? You know what I mean? Are we gonna address it in the draft? It could be even sooner. It could be in free agency. We can address it. Like Gravy says, like he wouldn't be opposed, and like I wouldn't be. Like you said, it depends on numbers. Like the Fields thing. You know what I mean? So it's like you said, we gotta let it all play out. But that's like number 2. I'm talking about just an importance, like not an order, but like, and then 3 was, importance was the GM. You know what I mean? The GM, we got to get the right GM with AP. You know what I mean? Because he's that's important, because he's gonna be the guy that sets the new foundation for this team too. Like, makes all the moves in the draft, and make sure that he gets the right talent in the building, dog. Because I was talking about this earlier on today, how bad we've been. Not, and it's not even close in the last 20 years in the draft. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even close. Like, that stat was fucking eye-opening last year. Like, I know we've seen it on the field, because we never really had any draft picks, kind of pan out. But just to see that in a stat, like, and then how fucking bad it was, like, it was like, bro, there was like everybody, and then like second to last, and then us. You know what I mean? We're like off the screen. Like, this is second to last, and us. We're off the screen. That shit was that bad. You know what I mean? So, like, that's why I think the GM, and then, you know what I mean, the offensive coordinator. The offensive coordinator, and then like 5th, but like it wasn't, this just, it can't be ignored, the offensive line.
Yeah, it starts with the OC. It starts with the OC, and then he'll be able to hire his own. You expect to hire his own staff, well, like online coach, all that good stuff. But I think it's gonna be. Let's figure out who that GM is gonna be. Yep. You would think that would have came first, but it is what it is. AP's the guy, and then they'll figure out the GM, and then from there is just the coaching staff. With a guy like AP, the way he's going to be successful is if he has a good staff around him. You know what I mean? He's not going to be an X's and O's guy. Every franchise is looking for that offensive mind coach that could be a play caller. Like, everybody's looking for the same type of coach right now, for the most part. So, but AP can work. It can work. You just got to build. He's just going to have to, build a good staff. That's going to be important. From there, free agency, man. Senior Bowl. You got the Senior Bowl. You got free agency. You got the draft, man. There's so much that's going to be happening between now and the start of next season. Like, it's crazy. But I think it's going to start with the GM hire, the coaching staff, and then from there you got the Senior Bowl. They're going to have to do their due diligence. That's an important part of the draft process, is like finding out who are those hidden gems. You know what I mean? In the Senior Bowl, who you get, those guys that you pick in like the 3rd, 4th round, where you be like, man, I've seen him in the Senior Bowl, that killed it in practice and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna have the privilege of having a coach there. You know what I mean? It's always good to have a coach over there. I think last year we had Patrick Graham. Graham was there. He was coaching. So I'm not sure if we're going to have that back-to-back years, but if we do, that's another win for the Raiders. And then you got like free agency, man. Like, that's going to be big, man. Are we going to get a Chris Jones at D tackle? Are we going to get a Jalen Johnson at corner? Those are 2 high-value positions that will take us, that take that defense to another level. Let's be honest, like, we're missing a number 1 corner. We're missing a guy, a game changer on the inside. But respect to that D tackle room did this year, John Jenkins and Adam Butler's, like, they kind of played well later in the year. But I think if Chris Jones is available, you're gonna have to like look at it and be like, you know what, this is an opportunity to make a division rival weaker. And Chris Jones with Max Crosby. And hey, should we be looking into extending Kuntz? Hey, I think I'm all
this is breakout season right here.
8 sacks. I mean, it doesn't sound like much, but when he wasn't getting much playing time, when the first 8 games, you know what I mean? So it's like, to be able to do that in that short amount of time, and then the way he finished the season off, you know what I mean? I think that shows, like, his potential was, it was right to like kind of wait on him a little bit, you know what I mean? Because You know, last year he didn't really get a chance. He was in the doghouse for the shit that when he, you know, kind of hit the quarterback in practice and shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just for sure. I think I like Coots on the other side, man, and it just doesn't put so much pressure on Tyree, and I think that's what Tyree played his best ball.
Yeah. It's gonna be huge, man. Hey, man, you mentioned like the Raiders having issues with the draft, man. Like you could point to the draft, you can point to instability at head coach.
Yeah, for sure.
Quarterback play hasn't been all the way there. You know what I mean? You can say a lot about even our defense. Like this is the first time, you know, for me as a fan of the Raiders, like I don't remember the last time we've had a top 10 defense, like a legit top 10 defense, and the Raiders were able to.
Since AP took over #1 defense overall. I heard that shit today. That's what I heard today too. Like from all the stats that were #1 overall defense since AP has taken over.
They're making plays, man. They're making plays.
That's crazy. And #1 in penalties. You know what I mean? Like in the #1 the least penalized team. You know what I mean? So it's like #1 in different categories, dog. Like that shit's crazy, man. Like that, you know, and great and big categories. You know, discipline, which is a big thing. You know, in the Raiders, we never seen that. And when we see #1 defense, dog, like since he's taken over, you know what I mean? That's when was the last time we have seen that? The 70s, 80s.
I still think that like the Raiders are like at least a legit like two off seasons away from being a legit contender if they do all the right things, because it's going to be like hard to improve the O line, the D line, #1 corner. Because think about it, we're all talking about Jaden Daniels and the top quarterbacks in the draft. A lot of those guys, most likely for us to get in position to draft those guys, we're gonna have to trade away, you know, a lot of draft picks to get a lot of draft capital. And those are picks that, you know, can possibly help the roster. But in order to get your quarterback in the future, you're going to have to take that L. You know what I mean? Or however way you want to look at it, you're going to have to, you know, give up some things to get to that, to get that quarterback. Because that's the only way we're going to get, like, you know, the Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Caleb Williams. I don't think we have a shot at those two. I think, man, the way Jaden Daniels, this hype machine, if it keeps going,
he's gonna move up.
It's gonna move up, bro. Like we're not gonna be the only team that, or only fan base, only team that's gonna be talking about Jaden Daniels. People are gonna be like, "Hey, look, he might be the first quarterback taken, possibly." You know what I mean? #2 quarterback taken. You know, right now he's #3. I think overall, I think he's the #3 quarterback on a lot of people's board for the most part. But then it can easily shoot up to #2.
I think AP needs to make a call to Jaden and say, "Hey, bro, you need to go to the fucking combine and stink it up."
It ain't gonna matter. They got tape on them, dude.
You gotta go smoke some weed in a gas mask or something. Okay, you gotta do this before the draft. Right?
Are you guys passing on Michael Penix?
I don't like his 2 knees, but you know what I mean? He get 2 knees.
Injury history.
Wasted. That's bad, bro. Like 2 ACLs, 2 different knees, and both different knees for a quarterback. Like he's not the worst like thing we can do, but you know what I mean. But I don't know, man. That's iffy right there. Some people are even saying he might even fall. Like,
hey, if Daniels runs a 4.3, 4.4, you already know. Like, we seen AR-15 kill the combine, and you seen he went from being drafted later in the first round, maybe second round, to being a top 3 pick, top 4. You know, I think he went #4. He went #4, right? He went #4.
Yeah.
The Colts picked him at #3 or 4. But you know, Daniels can.
And the word's still out on him too, though.
Who? Oh, AR. Mm-hmm. The thing about I like what I seen. It was just now I'm kind of reality's hitting me with him is the fact that is like he missed the entire season, and this was like important. He needs reps. He didn't play a lot in college, and you miss the entire season.
13 games.
It's
They
basically
13 games in college.
that's the next he says take the next 3 years. Take the next 3 first round picks. Will you think that's what it would take? Can that get us to number 1?
Nah, hell no. It's gonna be more than that. We know more than that. Number 1 from 13? From 13?
Would have probably
3
probably 3, maybe 3 number 1s and maybe 3 number 2s.
It's gonna be more than that, man. It's gonna be more than that. Because think about it, like from number 9, is that where the Panthers were to go to Chicago?
Yeah, but we were saying yesterday that
what number
Chicago raped Carolina for that. They get way too much. They got in their ass for that.
I was like, but I did mention though, but if Chicago would have traded, if they would have got CJ Stroud and CJ Stroud would have performed like that, like do they like? Is that really trade rate? Like it's all hypothetical, you know what I mean? It's all hypothetical. He probably wouldn't have done that in Carolina or anything like that. But I'm just saying, like, if Jaden Daniels goes to Carolina and he does that, I mean, if CJ Stroud goes to Carolina, or the Texans would have made that move to go up to number 1 and gave all those picks up to just to get CJ Stroud, will kind of the story kind of a little bit changes, you know what I mean? But the way Bryce Young performed this year is, I think, the reason why people say, like, that shit, they raped him, you know what I mean? They trade raped him, or they trade damn.
Look. The reason why, like, the Panthers should have never made that move is because they overestimated their roster. They literally gave up everything to go get number 1. Then you have a QB that has nothing. Like literally no one was getting open. He was getting sacked almost every play. Like, you're literally
they gave Chicago DJ Moore too.
That's what I'm saying. The number 1 receiver. Imagine DJ Moore playing with Bryce Young. You know what I mean? It might have been a difference for him. A big difference, huge difference. But it is what it is, man. That's why they got their own dysfunctional things going on with that owner and him not taking responsibility, because you hear reports like CJ Stroud would have been the pick. But the owner was like, I want Bryce Young. And look at CJ Stroud, like, he's killing it with.
I know. The homie Dirty's gonna go live right now. I think he just went live though, so we're gonna go. To end off the show, though, we're gonna go quick over the pick'ems now this week. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So we're gonna go first game, which is Saturday. Tomorrow is gonna be the Texans at Baltimore against the Ravens. Dog, I'll go first, dog. I'm Baltimore for sure. I think this is Baltimore year. I have them, winning the Super Bowl for me. So, but that's why, for sure, Baltimore.
Okay. So, Gravy is on you or me?
That doesn't matter. I'm gonna win anyways.
Man, did you win it this year? You win it this year overall?
We tied. Me and Gabe tied.
Oh, okay. So, hey, man, I wasn't in it, so I don't
know how that happened. I don't know how that happened.
I wasn't even in it, so you never know. So look, I'm definitely gonna go Baltimore. I'm gonna go Baltimore, bro. I gotta. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Texans, man, Texans, they just, man, the way they're winning some games now, like that young QB, CJ Stroud is playing well. That defense is playing well. But I'm just gonna take Lamar at home. So I'm gonna go Baltimore for sure.
I think CJ Stroud's about ready to see what a real defense looks like. So,
all right. That's right. Did Baltimore finish with the number 1 defense in the NFL, or
I think it was Cleveland. I think it was right now. I think it was Cleveland that was number 1. But,
and you seen what the Texans did. The Cleveland number 1 defense. So that's what I'm like. That's why I like Texans. I wouldn't be surprised if that might be like the biggest upset of the weekend. But
as much as I'm rooting for the Texans, I'm gonna do the for sure thing. If I was betting on it, I'll take Baltimore.
Okay, Baltimore. I ain't mad at that. I'm gonna stick with Baltimore too as well.
Because they have the best quarterback too.
Mm-hmm.
The next game, which is tomorrow night, Green Bay at Frisco.
So on you.
What you got, Farrell?
Oh, me?
I'll
All
go
right.
Got Farrell. Look like
This
you
is
wanted to
my-
say something
I'll
real
go
quick.
first. I'll go first. This is my upset.
So you got the 49ers winning?
I
That's
got
upset?
oh wow, okay. Yeah, so I think I see you thinking the same. I'm going Green Bay. I think Jordan Love right now, bro, is playing some of the the best football around the league, man. You know what I mean? He's shit. What how many touchdowns to interceptions does he have? Like I think he has like 20 touchdowns, 21 touchdowns to 1 interceptions. In the last, in their winning streak, I think. So it's like, I don't know, man. I think San Francisco is gonna be on upset alert tomorrow, dog. So I got Green Bay, dog.
I'm going, hey, man, as much as I hate to say this, I hate the 49ers. It is what it is. I hate them. And I would be happy if the Packers won. That'd be even better. I could talk a lot of smack to a lot of Niner fans. But I'm picking the Niners over the Packers. The Niners own the Packers. Like they just have. Like just historically speaking, they just own, and they're the better team talent-wise. But I understand why people would go with the Packers because you feel like they're hot right now.
The fuck those receivers, man. Those odds. What's his name? 11. What's his
Wicks.
Man, yeah, Wicks too, but not Wicks. Number 11, dog. That dude's fucking bad, bro. That dude's he's like their Debo Samuel. That dude, he'll run the ball.
Yeah.
He's that dude's good, man. Like and they're quick, bro. They showed. You see what he did to Gilly last week, man. That fucking Stephon Gilmore.
I'm picking the 49ers, man. I'm picking the 49ers or the Packers.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
They're gonna smack them into reality. As much as I hate to say it, they're gonna smack them in the face.
I like Aaron Jones too, man. Aaron Jones against I don't know. I think he's gonna. We'll see tomorrow, though. We'll see.
You like Aaron Jones over McCaffrey?
Oh no. That's McCaffrey's different.
Hey,
that's different.
Hey, Vince, man. Hey, shout out to you for saying that too. McCown was big on Stroud, and I think there was a video of him saying that, hey, we'll see you in Carolina. Like he said something to effect like he was pretty confident that they were going to draft C.J. Stroud, and you could tell that ownership, man, over there, man. Hey, they got their own problems over there in Carolina, man. They
drinks and
the owner's making football decisions over there, and he has no football background, no nothing. And then he's mad that the coaches and the coaches can't coach up the player that he wanted.
And the fans are, and he's mad at the fans because they're talking shit. But
oh yeah, I seen that, man. That was come on, man. That's crazy. But yeah, I'm picking the Niners. I'm going Niners.
All right.
I'm picking the favorites tomorrow.
Okay. I know Low got that.
I think we're gonna have two of the best offensive minds going at it with each other, and it's gonna be the defense. And it's gonna be the defense that steps up. We've seen it all year from the 49ers, but they hiccup too. They can't hiccup too. And I love that game that Green Bay played against Dallas. That was a good defense, and they worked them very well. Right. And I see the same thing coming to the 49ers too. So my pick is Green Bay. I'm gonna take Green Bay.
I want to see Kyle Shanahan's record against his former coaches. I think he owns them. I'll be honest with you, man. Like that's his son. You know what I mean? Until proven otherwise. You know,
Is
that's
another game
But
that can.
against that Dallas defense, and against a good coordinator like Dan Quinn, it looked like he had Dallas. They didn't know what the hell they were doing with motions and shifts and all that stuff.
the Niners. I'll take the
It was-
Niners defense over Dallas defense. I know Dallas defense has played well with Dan Quinn as the coordinator, but the Niners defense, I'll give them the edge. We can all agree
And
on
they
that
have a
one.
good offensive line too. They protect Love too.
They do. I was watching that Packers Dallas game, and Love had time in the pocket.
A lot of time, bro. Like
Yeah,
they
wow,
were
bro.
controlling
The line of scrimmage.
Parsons.
The
They
line
were
of scrimmage.
controlling Parsons and Lawrence, all of them. They were controlling that line of scrimmage for sure.
They set that from the beginning of the game and didn't lose it at all.
Yeah,
And that's what they got to do.
Those two with Aaron Jones, 3 touchdowns. I mean, that the offensive line was beasting out there.
yeah, it's true. It's true.
That's what they got to do in beautiful downtown San Jose.
Not in San Francisco, in San Jose.
Don't you trip out? Don't you trip out when you watch a 49er game and they show the Golden Gate Bridge,
I'm
and
like,
the
yo,
Bay
man,
Bridge, you know?
Show Silicon Valley or something like that, man. Show San
I know
Jose.
what.
I
Why don't you show the Great America or something? You know,
Yeah,
the parking lot.
something.
It's not. They think they're playing right there. Nah, bro.
Yeah, man.
80 miles away.
Yeah.
80 miles away.
But for Sunday's games, bro. Sunday's games, we have Tampa Bay at Detroit. Shit, I'll go first. I like Tampa Bay, dog. Like especially the way that they played last week against the Eagles. But the Eagles were a team that was riding pretty much.
Yeah.
Like they were like a wounded fucking, animal basically out there, dog. And I just think that and Detroit's riding high right now. You know what I mean? And playing at home in Detroit like that, like this city has been craving this type of game, dog. So I just think there's no way that they beat Detroit in Detroit.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I'm taking Detroit. I'm taking Detroit. They're playing good football. Man, I'm picking all the favorites, man. I think there's gonna be one upset this weekend. I'm like, it might happen tomorrow. I feel like it's gonna happen. I feel like it's gonna happen tomorrow.
And the 2 number 1 seeds.
Yeah, man. Who you got?
I'm gonna go. I'm borderline. To be honest with you guys, I'm borderline saying Detroit can make it to the Super Bowl. Borderline, but they're playing well. They got a 2-headed monster at running back with the rookie
Montgomery
and Montgomery. Everybody in the chat and in the YouTube world, they know how much I love the Sun God. He's unstoppable. He's gonna be. He's gonna get busy. He's gonna get busy this year. There's not a game where he hasn't got busy. So, Detroit.
Hey, Gravy, this is where he went to college.
He ain't doing that now.
Gravy doesn't hates USC now. Well, all right.
I mean, what it wasn't for the college. When I found out, I always pick the Sun God for fantasy, Farrell. I always get him, and I got him this year. But I traded him to get Tyreek, and as I regretted it ever since. I traded him to Omar, and then Omar ended up playing for championship or something, just because the Sun God. But I'm always riding with him, man. He never lets me down. I'm gonna take Detroit all the way.
Gotcha.
Right, for sure. And then,
but if they win, I'm gonna say they're going to the Super Bowl. I don't care who they play.
It's for sure gonna be the coldest game. The next game, I think it's for sure gonna be the coldest game because, the one in Detroit is gonna be played under a dome, and some reporters don't seem to know that. You know what I mean? But this game is actually gonna be played outside, and you know what I mean. So it's actually gonna be played outside, and it's gonna be cold. KC at Buffalo, man, 2 cold to weather teams, so I think they're both gonna be comfortable. But that crowd in Buffalo, man, is gonna be wild, man. You know what I mean? They're
I
gonna
know
be
who
up.
I'm picking. I know who I'm picking.
And this game I'm going with Josh Allen. It's Josh Allen's time to beat Mahomes.
Yep, I'm with you. I agree. I got the Bills, man. Josh Allen finally gets over the hump and beats the Chiefs while they're wounded, or however way you want to look at it. Like, this is the weakest I've seen the Chiefs been in their run as a team with Andy Reid and Mahomes. Offensively, like they're pretty much terrible. Like they haven't been as good. So I feel like they're beatable. And I feel like the Bills, hey, they can play in the cold, man. They've been relying on James Cook this year. I feel like they can run the ball. And Josh Allen, man, he's gonna get over the hump, man. I think this is gonna be his time. Is he gonna get to the bowl? No, but he's gonna finally beat Mahomes in the playoffs. So I'm picking the Bills, man. I'm picking the Bills, and that might be the upset, because I had to pick one upset. A lot of people are picking the Chiefs. I already know a lot of people picking the Chiefs
because of last week, but I think Miami was kind of wounded too, dog. They were very wounded on the defensive side, bro. Right. Like they're missing their 2 edge rushers. They're missing one of their all-pro corners. You know what I mean? Who's been all-pro before. You know what I mean? So it's like
Stephon Diggs is back, right?
No, for the Bills.
Yeah, I think. Let me give you guys an injury update.
Hey, what's crazy too, that that's been practicing this week, and we didn't mention it though earlier, but Mark Andrews, that's a big thing for Baltimore. Mark Andrews has been practicing this week too. They're fucking, they're stud fucking tight end, you know what I mean? So that's gonna be another thing to watch out to see if he plays this week. I know he's been playing. Practicing.
So Stephon Diggs is gonna be back.
He's playing?
Stephon Diggs is playing?
Yep, there's no injury designation, so he's going to be playing. He was limited. Yep. He had a foot injury that kept him out of Thursday practice, limited on Friday. But let's see. Yeah. I think.
What about Gabe Davis?
He's out.
Damn.
He's out.
This fool, man.
Yeah, he's out.
He's out. Mahomes got frostbite, or is that fake? Yeah, that had to have been fake.
Sky Moore is out for the Chiefs. I mean, I don't know if that matters, but that's one less receiver that they're gonna not play with, which is, I don't know if that's a good thing for the Chiefs, because they struggle even with him there. So yeah, it is what it is. But hey, I'm still sticking with the Bills, man. I think they're gonna. They've been through a lot of trial and tribulations this year. They fired their offensive coordinator. They finished strong. They end up winning the division, right? I think they won the division all the way at the end. So, I feel like, hey, it's Mahomes' time, man. I mean, not Mahomes, Josh Allen's time.
Gravy. Who you got, Gravy?
4 starters out.
I'm going with the Pride of Fireball, bro. My favorite fishing spot. Pride of Fireball. That's the Bills, bro. Taking the Bills.
It's crazy how fucking the California quarterbacks fucking are crazy, dog. Like I seen a post that said the California quarterbacks, the guys that have played in California, that raised in California, Josh Allen, that's still in the playoffs. That's from Cali, but I think they said multiple guys are from CJ Stroud. I mean, they're just multiple guys from Cali, but it was like, if it was like all these guys that are from Texas or something, or from another state, they'll be making a big old deal about it. But since it's from Cali, like, they never seem to say how many good damn quarterbacks just come from California.
It's different football, Texas and LA, bro, and California. Totally different football.
So someone in the chat, they just mentioned right now, and I was looking at it right now, Gravy. I'm still stick with the Bills, but they are dealing with some injuries, though. The Bills are dealing with some injuries. They're beat up going into this game.
I think Gravy's taking. KC.
He's taking KC.
I don't know.
No, I'm taking the Bills, dude. I ain't going with that. I ain't going with that mess over there.
Hey, all right.
You know how many calls they got, man, at home?
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah, I mean,
that's it, man.
that was so crazy,
It's all
bro.
games.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna get them calls in Buffalo.
Yeah, me and Gravy chose everybody the same because we all like literally only one team different. But you and Lo actually, because Lo sent in his picks earlier, he actually had the same teams that Pharaoh has too. So he picked all the favorites as well. And then the only different that me and Gravy went was Green Bay.
Wait. The Bills are the favorite? They're listed as favorite even with the injuries?
Oh, no. Not favorite, but just, I mean, as in just in our picks, because we literally, it was a sweep. We all went Buffalo. So like
I think they are favored by 2 though.
The Bills?
I think they are.
Yeah, Buffalo's favored by 2.5.
2.5 now.
Yeah, 2.5. Detroit 6, San Francisco 9.5, and Baltimore 9.5.
I'll take that 7 9.
So there it is, man. That's this.
Wow.
week's
Oh, wow. I picked all the favorites. Yeah, 2.5. Damn.
2.5. Yeah.
That's the money line, though, bro. That's the money line. That's Vegas.
Yeah, that's Vegas.
But I mean, you picked it with your heart, and you know, with the, because I was very sincere when I was saying about Detroit. That's a damn good football team right there.
Yeah,
I see him.
Pharaoh.
So
They'll be on here. Pharaoh be on here from time to time.
Hey man, I'm out here, man. I'm just trying to come through, man. Hey, these are my guys, so I like to come through and show some love, man. Talk some football.
Man, old school lives. Remember the old school 5-hour lives, bro.
Remember the draft?
Hey,
shit, we went to the
End
draft.
up going to the Denver game? Y'all, all y'all went to the Denver game?
Me and Lo
and Gabe did. I couldn't make it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was pretty cool. We fucking I put some footage, like some shorts, like on my thing, but like it was cool because we went to the party like the day before, with Battle Cat and like Corrupt, you know, at the Mandalay Bay with the Oos Nation. They threw that event right there, so it was pretty cool, man. We were able to get like a little section right there, so it was pretty clean, man. The whole weekend was nice, you know. We got a little section.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then the next day we kind of sat, you know, right next to the fucking field, you know what I mean? And in the Las Vegas Black Hole. So it was a cool weekend, bro. Cool weekend.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Next
year, Low were like 30 deep over there with the Gabe's family.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, we were. It was pretty cool, man. Yeah, we had a cool little. It was cold as shit though, but we couldn't even put no like easy ups up for the tailgate because it was like so windy.
Oh, for real?
Man. And cold, bro. So it was like, damn, but we were still able to cook and shit, and it was still cool though. Able to, you know, chief and just have fun, you know, for the last game, dog, and then can't come out with the win, dog. What were you saying, Pharaoh? What you said right now? Something?
No, I was just saying, man, like, this time of year, I mean, Vegas is gonna be a little bit cooler compared to the summer, but and I was saying like next year the ticket's gonna be expensive as hell.
Yeah, bro.
We're going to both LA next year, Pharaoh.
McDaniels had them cheap. McDaniels had them cheap. That's the one thing about McDaniels. The one thing he did right, he got them Raiders super cheap, man.
We're going to both LA games next year.
Both LA games. I'm going to both LA games for sure.
Both LA. Oh, the Rams and Chargers.
Yeah, they're playing away games.
Yeah, I need. Hey, you know what? I need to check out that stadium too. It's nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice, and then like in the especially for the tailgate, there's a lot of Raider fans, dog. So it gets pretty cool, dog. Like it gets almost like a little Oakland feeling. You know what I mean? Kind of like a lot of. Okay. It's pretty packed right there too. So you know what I mean? It's just like it got pretty cool. Like this last time, you know, we were everybody kind of showed up to the fucking to the tailgate that on this last tailgate against the Chargers, this last game again in LA.
Yeah,
and it was pretty good outing, bro.
A lot of people from the chat we met.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna fly through one of them games. Probably a Chargers game. The division game is always fun. Like, and then you already know Raiders is gonna show out.
The Rams too. The Rams game's gonna be good next year too, though.
Man, Rams game with Stafford. I mean, the Rams gonna be good. It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a tough game. be a tough game.
Just look for the cloud of smoke. That's what we'll be at.
I already know I can't miss that for sure. Yeah, no doubt.
Nah,
I mean,
I know. All right, yeah, the homie's fucking dirty's on right now, so we're gonna fucking get off right now. So yeah, we're on here for 2.5 hours already too. So yeah, man, shit. Like Thorough, you going live anytime soon?
I'm gonna be going live tomorrow after the last playoff game, which is I believe it's
around
the
8 o'clock. Yeah,
So,
it's at 5 o'clock. So 5:15. So it should end around like 8:30. The game.
So around 8:30. You know what I mean? So I have slide through, man. You already know, man. You see on it. Well, I don't know if you guys see it on the screen, but Pharoah NFL, PHAROAH NFL. If you guys haven't subscribed or checked out my channel, go ahead and go over there and subscribe, man, to another Raider content creator, man. Just support your Raider content creators, man. You see everybody on the screen, man. Everybody on the screen got their own channels. You can find me all over social media with the same name. Just keep it simple, Pharoah NFL. Like I said, PHAROAH NFL. And yeah, man, we have a lot to talk about, man. It's gonna be an exciting off season. I feel like there's a new excitement. We didn't make the playoffs this year, which sucks, but I feel like even the players, even Devontae even mentioned it in his interview. He was like, I know we didn't make the playoffs, but usually like players are over here planning their vacations. They're kind of like out of it, but it was different. The players are excited. Raider Nation's excited. Whole off season ahead of us. We're gonna be paying attention. We're gonna be going live. We're gonna be dropping content. So just be on the lookout. Make sure to subscribe. And man, we're gonna be here talking Raider football all day, every day.
Still in Cancun right now.
It was AP day, dog. Today was AP day. That's why today I was like, oh yeah, for sure. Like I'm excited, so excited for the rest of the off season, dog. But today was AP day, man. And I'm glad that
AP day.
Now you got to fucking come on the live with us.
You say what's today, up to Space Beast? You say what's up to Space Beast?
Hell yeah. I shout him out, but thanks for the $199 for shit, for damn sure, man. He's a good. I don't know if I think he's kind of relatively new to the channel, but for sure, man. He's been here, man. He's showing great support, man. So shout out to Space Beast for sure, man.
Shout out to Space Beast.
And yeah, man. So I think we're gonna go live on Sunday, on the Raider Nation Live channel, and I think you will probably see us live on this channel too as well. Probably be mostly streaming. So yeah, for sure, man. Catch us there probably too after the games as well too. So you guys will have a live tomorrow after the games, on Pharoah's channel, and then on Sunday you can catch us on Raider Nation Live and right here on Raider Gabe and with Coach Gravy. You know what I mean? So also on his channel, also support that. And for
having a guest tomorrow. We're having a guest tomorrow too, aren't we?
Sunday. I think so. I think Lo has something lined up, or for sure. I think we have something lined up for sure. And hell yeah, man! Thank you guys, everybody that was in here, man. Oh yeah, and we got another subscriber too right here, Raiderette Sweetheart Henrietta. Okay, it's a long name to say, but yeah, for sure, man. Hey, thank you.
Big up. We abbreviated RSA.
Thank you for subscribing, man. Thank you for subscribing to the channel for sure. Raider Sweetheart, yeah, I know you got caught the tail end of it, but you know what I mean. How we end every show, you know what I mean. Fucking, you know what I mean. What we ended off with the good Raiders, you know what I mean. So. At the count 3, 1, 2, 3, let's go. Raider.
I got you.
Yeah.